you're going to be in the second any second.
Oh, now I think we are, right? Yeah, okay.
Yep, I'm in.
All right, good. I hope I'm in the right one. Now let me see. Content. You to your channel. YouTube Studio. Studio. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so sorry we're late, guys. Hi, Ann Rose. Hi, Carolyn P. Hi, Linda. Hello, True Crime Girl. Hello, Adventures with Beth. Oh, who made it safely? Deborah Vancouverden. Oh, make sure you're in live chat. Hi, Frenchie Mama. Hi, Liza Ward. Hi, Sask Leafs fan. Hi, Swissmer. Is that Swiss? Yeah, Swissmer. Let's see. You're sure I'll be thrilled? With what, True Crime Girl? Mm-hmm. No sleep for me? Not yet. I don't go to sleep this early. It's early. True Crime Girl, I can't go to sleep this early. Only if when we're on vacation or something, then I'm asleep by now. But then I'm also out on the beach first thing in the morning. Okay. Hi, Flower Girl Phillips. Flower Pot Phillips. Enters with Beth. Jeannie's talking about life. Lisa L. Hi, Captain Lee fan. Let's see who else is here. Serenity Trek. Hopefully you're still here. All right, let me. Where's my thing? Okay. All right. So, like I said in the other thing, I did finish writing the true crime story of Heidi Broussard, and I'm going to probably get that up one of these afternoons. Let's see. Mother charged. Toddler buried in Connecticut Park. South Carolina. Mother Alexis Ware has been missing for a year. What else is going on in the world? So let's see. Couple leaves ticketless baby at the airport check-in in Tel Aviv. What? They abandoned a baby and a carrier at the airport check-in and raced to make their flight on time. They left their baby purposely. I can't believe somebody would leave their baby purposely in there.
You'd be surprised what people will do. The one lady wanted to put their kid through the X-ray.
How could you forget your baby?
She just done her nails.
But how can you forget your baby?
Because people are unbelievable.
2 travelers with Belgian passports were detained at Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion Airport after they abandoned a baby and a carrier at the airport check-in and raced to make their flight on time. The couple arrived at the airport check-in desk late, and it was already closed. They were traveling to Brussels, but apparently had not bought a ticket for the baby. The airport staff tried unsuccessfully to get the couple to return and eventually abandoned the effort and called the airport police, who tracked down the 2 adults and took them into custody. They retrieved the abandoned child before going with police for questioning and missed their flight. By the time Israeli police arrived on scene, they said the situation was resolved. The baby was with the parents and there's no further investigation, police said. The incident happened on Tuesday. That's crazy.
People are stupid.
Why would they give the baby back?
I don't know.
But like,
Whether they
Child
did it on
protective
purpose or by
services.
accident, they're not fit parents. How do you forget your baby?
Well, they were in a hurry, you know?
I know, but you don't say, like, my baby would be the most important thing. I might forget my pocketbook, but not my baby.
Right, exactly.
Catastrophe. More than 100 famished cats were discovered living in squalor in a Westchester County hoarding house where a man and a woman were found dead this week.
Jeez.
Police were conducting a welfare check on the residents at the request of a family member inside the Cordial Road home in Yorktown Heights when they were confronted with 150 cats living in filth. The felines were trapped in every room of the house, including the walls and the ceilings. Yorktown Police and the SPCA Westchester said cops were unable to clear the scene until the SPCA rescue team removed most of the cats from the small, dilapidated home. The deceased homeowners were not immediately identified by police but are believed to have been husband and wife. Police say they did not suspect foul play, but the probe into the deaths has been hindered by the sheer volume of cats at the residence. The cats are Abyssinian mixes who appear to have suffered years of neglect. Many of the cats were pregnant, including one that was in such distress she gave birth on the way to the SPCA Rescue Center. The felines were suffering from upper respiratory, eye and skin infections, malnutrition, dehydration, and some had more severe injuries and require immediate medical attention. All of the cats were starving and likely hadn't had anything to eat or drink in days. I thought, didn't somebody say that the cats will eat people?
Yes, they will.
Right?
Yeah, they will. Yeah. When all else fails and there's nothing left, they will eat you.
While about 100 cats were removed from the home, the rest remain in the home because local shelters are at capacity, and the residence is the safest place for them. Volunteers are feeding them and providing water. The SPCA Westchester is calling the rescue the largest in its history. The cat's veterinary care and rehabilitation is expected to cost more than $40,000, and the SPCA is asking for donations. Oh, look at this little guy. I should tell my daughter about this because she said she wanted to get another cat.
Yeah, but there might be so much inbreeding that I don't know about that.
Really?
I'd say they were Abyssinian mixes.
Yeah. What's that?
Oh, they're very social. They're high strung.
They're what?
They're social. They're a little high strung, but they're so very social.
Let's see.
You know
They-
what? They're and they're in a safe place, and if anybody wants any kitties, maybe they'll put them up for
As for
adoption.
the deceased homeowners, the Westchester County Medical Examiner's Office will determine both the cause of death. Collectively, we determine the death does not appear to be a result of foul play, said the police chief. However, no death not of natural causes is inherently suspicious. Let's see. Someone said, I want to clear up some confusion in this forum. The Westchester SPCA is not affiliated with the ASPCA. They are also recognized as a no-kill shelter. They received a perfect 4 out of 4 stars on a Charity Navigator. We must be careful not to confuse these organizations. It is not fair for Westchester SPCA to lose out on valuable donations due to confusion with the other organization. People should be more careful and do their research before posting. Let's see. What else do they say? They actually took very good care of them until they were overwhelmed by a mental disorder known as death, someone said.
Jeez. Known as death?
That's what they said. There's 192 comments. How come I can't see them all? Oh, sure more. They could have been breeding these cats as they were Abyssinian cats. Strange the couple died seemingly at the same time. Spay and neutering is so important, but these people seem to have been breeding cats, and it got way out of hand. Stop breeding. Go to a shelter. Okay, and let's see. Somebody said hoarding is a common symptom of mental illness. The deceased likely thought that they were providing a loving home for the cats. It's unfortunate the family member didn't intervene until it was too late for the couple and the cats. So where can I donate directly to help these cats? I looked it up. Westchester County SPCA. What these two people did to their house by having that many cats, it's what we are doing to our country. Okay. I suspect... Oh, let's see. As a Vietnam vet, not too much goes on that can shake me up anymore, but this story does it. The Westchester SPCA is accepting donations on their website. Please help if you can. Okay, let's see. Let's put a donation. In case anybody wants to donate. Westchester SPCA. Okay, so this is the Westchester SPCA. And here's they have to donate. Let's see. You can donate to help the HLE cats right here. I'm going to put the link in the chat just in case anybody would like to give anything to help the cats. Where's my thing? Oh, here's my live stream. Oops. Come on. That's the direct link to their thing. Okay. Hi, what's in a name? How are you? All right. You like that shooting star, don't you, Devil House? Weird news in Iowa, what's in a name says, recently someone at the Marriott stripped naked and attacked people with a toilet plunger in a hospice. And the hospice declared a woman dead when she wasn't. The funeral home's what? Two different things happen. What's in a name? I think someone's asleep on the panel. Oh, that's two different things. I see. The breed is very adoptable and deserve loving homes. Are you familiar with these cats, Devil's House?
What, Abyssinians?
Yeah, well, no, Devil House is talking about them. I thought maybe perhaps they were familiar with them. Are you in the area, Devil House? Can you adopt some of them? Are you in the area? Where do you live? Hi, Jeremy. I was weird.
I think Devil House is in the UK, I think.
Oh, are they in the UK?
I think so.
Hi, Rich.
They're nice cats.
You shouldn't have left,
They're
Rich. You should have sold some stuff.
Yeah, no kidding.
What? What?
What happened, Sharon?
What Sharon said?
No kidding.
About what?
Rick should have stuck around and sold stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought Sharon was angry for a minute.
I did too. I got scared.
Oh, no.
Kevin may donate a little. That's nice, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I donate too. Poor thing.
No.
Not their fault that.
I would love to, but I'm in the UK. Are you in the UK, Devil House? Oh boy.
Yeah, they said. Remember, they asked if they could ship to the UK. Remember, in the auction or like the
Okay, let's go back to the headline. So yeah, the Westchester SPCA is a good organization if you want to donate to help the cats. They're a no-kill shelter, and that's the direct donation place. Okay. No middlemen. Okay, let's see what else we got here. What is that? Okay. So apparently, I guess somebody is saying that Brian Koberger has love interest. There's no doubt he's not going to have a. He's going. Of course he is. They love those people.
If he'd had a genuine love interest from the get-go, he might not have done this.
Now, let's not forget the Anthony Fucci trial is going to be beginning too. And we've got to finish Murdaugh, which I didn't. They said 3 weeks. There's no way that trial is going to be over next week. There's no way. Absolutely zero way.
Well, they're saying the stout woman,
Oh,
she's
my glitter.
scheduled for 6 weeks.
What? What did you say?
The-
Oh, stout. Yeah,
stout
6 weeks. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And let's see what else is going on. The balloons were shot down, right? So with those balloons were shot down, there's no repercussions from it, right?
Well,
Oh, except that China said, I forgot to tell you, China's very upset about it.
That's
And they
right.
said there's going to probably be repercussions. Got to say
Of
that.
course there are.
Let me see. Let me read the latest because that's what I saw during the auction. But when I mean
Yeah.
repercussions, I mean like they were like somebody getting killed by doing it. That's what I mean. I didn't mean that from the other. Okay, you know what I mean. Okay, let's see what they're saying.
Ridiculous.
Okay. Okay, so U.S., let's see, now drawing a threat. We have a threat from China, it says. Okay, so let's get a picture up there. Come on. Where's my picture? I just had my picture. Oh, here it is. Okay, so let me pull this over. Okay, so. Says the U.S. military on Saturday shot down a suspected Chinese spy balloon off of the Carolina coast after it traversed sensitive military sites across North America. China insisted the flyover was an accident, involving a civilian aircraft and threatened repercussions. The president issued the order, but had wanted the balloon downed earlier on Wednesday. He advised that the best time for the operation would be when it was over water. The U.S. officials said military officials determined that bringing it down over land from an altitude of 60,000 feet would pose an undue risk to people on the ground. China responded that it reserved the right to take further actions and criticized the U.S. for an obvious overreaction and a serious violation of international practice. In its statement Sunday, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that China will resolutely uphold the relevant companies' legitimate rights and companies, I can't speak tonight, legitimate rights and interest, and at the same time reserving the right to take further actions in response. The presence of the balloon in the skies above the U.S. this week dealt a severe blow to an already strained U.S.-Chinese relations that have been in a downward spiral for years. It had prompted Secretary of State Antony Blinken to abruptly cancel a high-stakes Beijing trip aimed at easing tensions. They successfully took it down, and I want to compliment our aviators who did that, said the president after getting off of Air Force One en route to Camp David. The giant white orb was spotted Saturday morning over the Carolinas as it approached the Atlantic coast. At about 2:39 p.m., an F-22 fighter jet fired a missile at the balloon, puncturing it while it was about 6 nautical miles off the coast of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Oh my gosh, that was right where we were looking. Senior defense officials said the spectacle had Americans looking to the skies all week, wondering whether the mysterious balloon had floated over them. On Saturday, Ashlyn Preenox, 33 years old, went out to get her mail in Forest Brook, South Carolina, and noticed her neighbors looking up, and there it was, the balloon in the cloudless blue sky. And then she saw fighter jets circling, and she saw the balloon get hit. The debris landed in 47 feet of water, shallower than officials had expected, and it spread out over roughly 7 miles, and the recovery operation included several ships. The officials estimated the recovery efforts would be completed in a short time, not weeks. A salvage vessel was en route. U.S. defense and military officials said Saturday that the balloon entered the U.S. air defense zone north of the Aleutian Islands on January 28th and moved largely overland across Alaska, and then into Canadian airspace in Northwest Territories on Monday, crossed back to U.S. territories over northern Idaho on Tuesday. The day the White House and the president were first briefed on it. The balloon was spotted Wednesday over Montana, so it's the same balloon. Some people were saying it was like 2 different balloons.
Yes, they were.
But it's the same balloon.
Well,
this is the balloon that was over Montana.
That is good to know. That is good to know.
But there's one over Latin America.
Well, that's what they said, but now today they also said, Elle, that they were 2 different balloons when I first heard this.
2 different balloons over Georgia?
No, they said that there was a balloon over Montana and a balloon over the Carolinas. But according to this from the AP, this is the same balloon that was over Montana.
Yeah.
Right. It's the same balloon, but there's a second balloon over South America.
Okay.
Now, they said that that first one was an accident. It's a weather balloon, and it blew off course. But if that's the truth, then why is there one over South America as well?
Okay. So
Latin America.
Thank you, Jeremy, for the super chat.
Thanks, Jeremy. I can see. Let me see. Thank you, Jeremy. Hi. Okay, so let's see if that the one over Latin America. Let's see. Another Chinese surveillance balloon is flying over Latin America, the Pentagon says. The Pentagon said Friday evening it had observed another Chinese spy balloon, this one in Latin America, just hours after revealing that a similar balloon from China was making its way across the continental United States. The Pentagon press secretary Brig Gen Pat Ryder said that the Defense Department was aware of reports of another balloon transiting Latin America. We now assess it as another Chinese surveillance balloon. He did not provide any further details on its location. Earlier on Friday, the Pentagon said it would attempt to remove the balloon in the U.S. airspace, in the airspace because any potential debris field would be significant and could cause civilian injuries or deaths or significant property damage, but did not provide a plan to respond to the slow-moving violation of U.S. airspace and international law. The huge balloon has ignited domestic curiosities, political finger-pointing, and an international diplomatic crisis, leaving Americans across the middle swath of the country looking to the skies for white floating apparatus. Okay, so that the one over there is shot down, and I don't know where the one is in Latin America. What's going on? Crazy. Okay. And this is, let's see what else is going on in true crime. Crime and justice for all. Pensacola man. Let's see. For the murder of her boyfriend, Jackson woman. Let's see what she did here. The Jackson woman faces life in prison without the possibility of parole after being convicted of second-degree murder. Jakia Thomas. Oh, let's see. What did she do to him? Okay, so what did she do to him? Well, I guess she was convicted. There's a lot of trials that are taking place that we didn't even know about. Matthew Flores is on the run, murder suspect, with help from his girlfriend. Let's see, in North Carolina? Before police captured fugitive Matthew Flores in North Carolina Thursday night, Flores had been a murder suspect on the run since January 24th from Wauchula, Florida. Police say Flores shot Jose Carlos Martinez to death while visiting a house in that city. To have this correlation with the tie now to Mr. Levin. Oh, this is the guy that took the car from that guy, the Lyft driver. And Palm Beach Gardens, I don't know, they never found that Lyft driver. Levin's whereabouts are still unknown. Wauchula Police Chief John Eason said that Martinez's murder, they immediately arrested Flores' girlfriend, Stephanie Vergara, who they said fled from the murder scene and was actively helping Flores evade capture, both before she went to jail that night and after bonding him out the next day. Wow. So they still don't know where that guy is. That doesn't look good for that guy. Active shooter in Alabama. Crazy. Purdue University professor caught dealing meth. That's great. Police arrest fentanyl dealer. Walt County Jail in Greeley. It's Colorado. I don't know. What's going on? And that man that murdered that doctor. What the heck happened there? A woman accused of Central PA bank robbing spree arrested. Murder suspect busted and missing. They don't know where the Lyft driver is. Okay, the son of Alex Sass, we heard that all about. Boulder teen served 9 months on work release after deadly DUI crash. I don't know. So it's like all related to how many drugs. All right, well, I don't know. Can't do any more of this tonight. Let's go play a game and unwind. Enough. Crime and crap. Jeremy, thank you for becoming a deputy rambler. Are you our Jeremy that we know from Iowa? You have to be, right? You said Iowa was crap or something, right? Thank you. Hi, Alyssa. How are you? Okay, let's play something because it's just enough already. We're covering the. It's enough already. Okay. And this is, am I the a-hole? So I'm going to read a scenario, then I'm going to put up a poll, and you put if you think the person is an a-hole or they're not an a-hole. So we played this last night. I'm just I don't know, just something to unwind. Okay, let me see. Am I the a-hole for letting my son eat fast food on his brother's birthday? My middle son's birthday was yesterday, and we all went out to dinner. My youngest is very particular about the food he likes. My middle picked a Mexican restaurant for his birthday dinner, and I knew the youngest wouldn't like anything and would complain. So I stopped at Chick-fil-A on the way to the restaurant, and I got him waffle fries and chicken nuggets. While everyone else enjoyed the dinner, my youngest ate his chicken and dipped his fries in queso and didn't complain. After the dinner, my oldest said it bothers him how much I spoil the youngest. He said I wouldn't have done that for him. I said normally I wouldn't let the youngest take fast food into the restaurant, but I didn't want the birthday spoiled. It was a one-off. The oldest said he felt like the youngest got a lot of special consideration that the others don't. Now, I apologize that he felt that way, but I stood by my choice not to let him ruin his brother's birthday dinner by complaining all night. My oldest said, "On my birthday, don't do that. It's embarrassing." I agreed and it was resolved, but was I an a-hole to my other kids by letting the youngest be a bit spoiled on his brother's birthday just to keep the vibe good? To everyone saying they probably had fried chicken and french fries at this restaurant, they didn't. All of the food there was wonderful and delicious, but none of it, other than the queso, was something my youngest would eat. Almost everything had corn or a corn product in it, and my youngest insists corn flour tastes sour. Somehow, I don't know. And even this stuff without corn was stuff he wouldn't eat. Can you comment on the post I wrote instead of the one you made up in your head? This was an actual Mexican restaurant, not an Americanized one. And there wasn't a kids menu or any American staples on the menu. It was a themed restaurant that served authentic Mexican food. My youngest wouldn't have eaten any of it. He doesn't like corn, spices, or seafood. Am I the a-hole? Okay, now I'm going to come over there and put the poll up. Hold on, I've got to get to the right live. Okay. And I'll put it in here that it's fast food. That's what I'm going to call it. And I just abbreviated. It's AITA. And I'll just put fast food. Fast food for youngest. So that you know which one you're voting on. Okay, now you can go ahead and answer it. So you do yes if you think they are an a-hole for doing that, and no if they're not. Okay, now where's the panel? Let's see.
Here I am.
Oh, there's only one person on the panel?
I'm here.
Well, how come
I'm
nobody's
here.
showing? Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay. I want to see that Scotty dog again.
He's sleeping.
Oh, he's sleeping?
I'm in bed. Wasn't he cute?
What's his name?
Magruder.
What's his name?
Magruder.
Mick Gruder?
Nick Gruder.
Is he a nice dog?
He's so nice.
Does he do
He
any
laid by me
tricks?
the whole night. He stayed by me the whole night.
Really? Does he do any tricks?
When you say, do you have to go poopies? If he has to go poopies, he jumps up and down. And if you say, do you have to go pee-pee, he jumps up and down.
Really?
Yeah. He's so
And-
cute. He has a pillow that looks exactly like the dog. Like, you
Really?
think it's a dog sitting on the chair.
And then he was in the magazine?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cutest dog in LA.
Cute. Magruder.
Yeah, he seems really cool. I like him. He listens well. I feel like he understands me on a very deep level when I talk to him, like he's a human.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Did he bark when he first saw you?
No.
No?
Nope.
That's good. Okay, let's see. So, what did everybody say? They said she wasn't an a-hole. I don't think she was an a-hole. I think she was trying to keep the, not have a button. Would he rather have a whining brother there? You know, and possibly they went to the Mexican restaurant because the birthday boy wanted that, right? So why not just keep him happy so everybody can enjoy their time?
Not only that, why would you let your youngest one starve? Like,
Right, or
he's not
sit
gonna
there
eat
and
that
complain and
stuff.
be like, well, you got to eat that. That's what you got. Right?
Yeah, see, I would never do that to my kids.
Okay. So everybody would agree she was, no, I guess I shouldn't say everybody would agree she's not the a-hole, but the majority
Like,
of
I
people.
don't eat cheese. My mother never made me eat cheese.
Yeah, I know. Okay. All right, let's see what we got now. Am I the a-hole for getting a 15-year-old a gift she wanted instead of the one her mom wanted? This happened last weekend, but I'm still having arguments over this with my friends, so I thought I'd come here and get the outside perspective and opinions. So last Saturday, one of my coworkers and good friends was throwing a birthday party for her daughter, and she invited me. I asked her what I should get her daughter, and she said that I should get a karaoke machine. But a few days later, when I was hanging out with my younger sister, who is around the same age as my friend's daughter, I told her about the karaoke machine, and she basically laughed at me and said that no one actually wants that. And she said I should just message her on Instagram and ask what she wants instead of getting something that she's going to hate or not use. So that's what I did. She ended up sending me some links to some clothes and bags she liked and said that I should just choose one. They were all fairly expensive ones, so I just chose the cheapest bag on her list, which was still over 300 euros, $320 for the Americans.
Wow.
Yeah. Saturday comes and I end up giving her the bag, and my friend saw that I didn't get the gift that she told me to and asked me about it. So I explained everything, and she was just very upset with me and said that I shouldn't have messaged her daughter and that I should have just gotten the karaoke machine. We had a small argument, and even her daughter told her that she never wanted a karaoke machine, but my friend still insisted I was a jerk for going behind her back. She didn't talk to me at all throughout the party, and even now, a week later, she constantly brings it up. So, am I the a-hole? Edit. A few people have misunderstood our relationship. We're not just coworkers. We've known each other for 7 years, and we're good friends outside of work, too. Edit 2. I've already mentioned this in one of my comments, but I'm still getting this question. Yes, I'm a man. Okay, so let's see what happened. Gotta go over here. Where's my live stream? And this poll. Okay, start the new poll. I'm just going to put karaoke machine. Okay. All me go find another one. %, 80% say he's not.
I agree.
Yeah, no, that's kind of weird. I mean, like, why?
Maybe the mother really wanted a karaoke machine. I don't know. Maybe she
say
wanted to have a party with the karaoke machine.
Then
I don't
why
know.
did-
Maybe she was counting on having the karaoke machine and having a karaoke party and was really disappointed. I don't know.
Okay, well, planned expectations are just a bad thing.
No, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Expectations are just something
Planned
resentments or something, right?
Planned, and yeah, I forgot my own thing. Wow, that's bad.
Okay.
Oh, you can just, so Kimberly Kesselman's trying to figure out how to vote. Click on the poll. At the top, it's blinking blue. Just click it. It says 17 votes. AITA karaoke machine. Just click on that and click yes or no. That's it.
Okay.
Vote.
I'm a 19-year-old female. I just moved into an apartment with 2 other girls, Kayla and Maya. They're both 21, females. 2 days ago, I had my boyfriend, Liam, he's 20, and a guy, over, and we were hanging out between classes. We lost track of time while talking, and I realized that if we didn't leave in the next couple of minutes, that I'd be late for my afternoon class. I rushed to the bathroom to pee. A moment later, my boyfriend knocks on the door and told me, hurry up, because he had to go too. We really didn't have much time left. I still needed to brush my teeth, check my hair and makeup, and I wasn't going to do that with him peeing in the bathroom. My mind raced, and the only thing I could think of was told Liam to use my roommate Kayla's bathroom, as her bathroom is right across from mine, and I know she doesn't lock her door. Liam went and used Kayla's bathroom, and 5 minutes later we were out the door. I barely made it to class on time, but I made it. So I relaxed and things went on as normal. However, when I got out of class, I had some missed text messages from my roommate group chat. I opened it to see Kayla asking me if anyone used her bathroom while she was at work. Maya had said no, that she'd been gone since 9 and wouldn't be back until after a thing with her sorority sisters. I responded saying that I didn't use it, thinking there was no way she really knew that someone had been in there while she was out. I put my phone away and headed to the food court to grab something for dinner, and then I went back home only to find Kayla on the couch watching TV. I said hi, and I just headed straight for my room, but before I could get into my door unlocked, Kayla asked, "Why was Liam in my bathroom?" I asked her what she meant, and she told me that she found ashes in the sink and a cigarette butt in the trash. Liam is the only one of our partners that actively smokes cigarettes. I figured at that point I was caught, and I admitted that I told him to use the bathroom when we were in a rush to leave. She told me there's no excuse and reminded me that not only did we violate her privacy, but that Maya and her have already asked that Liam not smoke inside the apartment. None of them like the smell of cigarettes, and Kayla especially dislikes them because she grew up with a chain-smoking father. I tried to apologize again, and I asked why it was such a big deal, because she never locks her door, so what exactly does she expect? She told me that she shouldn't have to tell me, as an adult, to not go into her bedroom without permission. Then got up and went into her room, slamming and locking the door. I called Liam upset about it and told him what happened, and he said that Kayla was overreacting. I think so too. But she hasn't spoken to me since, and she's been ignoring me. Maya has talked to me noticeably less as well. I'm wondering if I messed up here or if they're just overreacting for real. Edit. For clarification, since everyone's focusing on the smoking thing, the apartment is not smoke-free. The entire apartment complex is smoke-friendly. Maya and Kayla have no problem with Liam smoking on the patio or outside and disposing of cigarettes in my trash or the kitchen trash, but it's in the 30s outside, so I let him smoke in my bedroom because he shouldn't have to be freezing cold while he smokes. It's in my room, So it's not a big deal. And Kayla had let me use her bathroom once before, so of course I didn't think about letting Liam do the same thing, would blow up like this. Also, we have individual leases, so they can't kick me off the lease. They can't kick me out for letting Liam smoke. Edit 2. Okay, I realize I was the a-hole. I wasn't trying to argue in the comments. I was just clarifying things. I'm going to try to apologize to Kayla again. I just want to get past this. Edit 3. I literally never said I've only lived with Kayla and Maya for 2 days. I moved in a week before the semester began. I've lived here for a month, guys. Okay, so I think everybody knows she's the a-hole.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would have said to Liam, what the heck? Why did you have to go leave ashes in her sink and put a cigarette in her trash? What the heck would you do that for? Number 1, I'd be pissed off at him. If he's going to use somebody's bathroom, that he would do that? That's just being a jerk.
Yeah.
Number 1. But yeah. So stupid. She should have told the girl right away. Crazy. Okay. Am I the a-hole for refusing to shave my beard for my friend's wedding? My friends, Kara and Tony, are getting married tomorrow. I went to college with Kara and got to be buddies with Tony, too, over the last couple of years that they've been dating, and they asked me to be in the wedding. This morning, Tony comes to me and tells me that Kara wants me to shave my beard because all the other men in the wedding party are clean-shaven, and it'll ruin the photos. I said no, and she freaked. Let me clarify. My beard isn't particularly long, and I get it styled by my barber, so it's not uneven or scruffy. I hate the way I look without a beard, since I have a total baby face. I haven't shaved since college. Funny enough, Kara is probably the only person I still talk to who's even seen me without it. If I shaved, it would take months for it to grow back. I offered to just not be in the wedding party, but that would mean she'd have to drop a bridesmaid, which she doesn't want to do either. So now everyone is ganging up on me and saying, just suck it up and shave the thing off so she's happy. I really don't want to do it. And I'm standing my ground. Am I the a-hole? Okay, let's see.
Oh,
No,
no. No way.
No, right is.
no way.
You should. Nobody can. Why would
Hey,
anybody?
thank you, Jeremy, for the super chat. Appreciate that.
That's so mean. That's rude. You can't make somebody shave their beard. That's like asking somebody to cut their thing.
Terrible.
Come on. Oh, I have to shut the other poll down. Sorry. That's why it wasn't working. Okay. I'm getting it. I'm getting the poll. Okay. There's your poll. Okay. Am I the a-hole for yelling at my dad's girlfriend for accidentally throwing away my contacts? My dad's 53, has a girlfriend. They're pretty serious. They've been dating a couple of months. My mom, 46, passed away a couple of months ago. His mom passed away a couple of months ago. He already has a pretty serious girlfriend of a couple of months. I don't know if they were together or not. I don't know. Maybe they were divorced. Who knows? My dad, since then, now has a new girlfriend, Tammy. She's 48. For a while, I felt like an a-hole because she hadn't done anything for me to not like her. My dad and his friends kept getting on me to be nicer, how my mom would want me to be like her, how my mom would want me to like her and to move on. Whatever. I didn't even get a bad vibe from her. I just didn't like her. But, oh boy, did that change drastically. I'm 18, I live at home, I'm currently enrolled in college as a full-time student. Anyway, my dad felt compelled to mention to Tammy that my room could be organized by her. Weird. But I didn't want to say no, at least not in front of my dad. So she decided to start the process by starting to attempt to rip the posters and pictures off of my wall. She stopped after I told her to. Then came the contacts. I woke up this morning, and unbeknownst to me, she came over earlier to help my dad clean our house. I internally groaned when I woke up and heard her voice, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I woke up and I went to the bathroom to put my contacts in, which are daily pairs. They're kept in little storage boxes on the back of our toilet. So I went to grab a pair and nothing was there, not even the box where they came from, which I need to remember my solution when the time comes for ordering more. I start looking around in the cabinets, under the sink, even in the trash can in the bathroom, and everything was empty. A horrifying thought came over me. I went into the living room and asked them if they had moved my contacts. My dad said no, genuinely. Tammy, on the other hand, she looked at me with zero guilt and said, "So that's what those were." Panic sets in. I find out she accidentally threw them out last night. I freak out because I have the worst vision in the world and I can't see clearly. I can't see 3 feet in front of me without them, so I blow up. To which she responds by saying it was my fault for leaving them out. How, if I didn't want to lose them, I should have put them up. I paid for those contacts with the money I got from my mom's life insurance. It wasn't a lot. If any of you know shite about contacts, you know how expensive they are. I couldn't afford to go out and simply buy a new supply. My dad isn't talking to me now because he thinks I'm overreacting. He agrees with Tammy and says if I didn't want them lost, they should have been kept safe. He's also refusing to buy me a new supply on her insistence. I asked if he planned to buy me more to compensate for the loss, to which he didn't say anything at first, but to which Tammy said I needed to learn my lesson, and some people have to learn the hard way, that not everything in life is free, whatever the heck that means. So, my dad's girlfriend totally accidentally threw away my contacts and then acted like it was my fault. Am I the a-hole?
No.
Well, I would say no, too, because the contacts were put somewhere on the back of the toilet. Apparently that's where this person put them. And before somebody should go and throw somebody's stuff out, she should have asked.
Yeah.
And I think she knows what contact freaking lenses are, even if she doesn't wear them. I say she's the a-hole. I really do think she's the a-hole. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Okay. I am a female, 22. I have had one of the hardest weeks of my life this week. I'm in the middle of student teaching, and I'm also in the process of finding a job for the 2023-2024 school year. This week I had an interview. I had a principal observe me teach a lesson. I had a friend pass away this week. And while I'm still taking college courses, so I come home to homework in the evenings. My partner, 25-year-old male, is aware of all this, and he's student teaching too. But he is not interested in getting a teaching job after graduation, so he is not feeling the pressure near as much as me. He's also not enrolled in any college courses. Yesterday, during the day, I texted him, "I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten real food in so long." His response was, "Let's go out to eat tonight, or I'll make dinner. I said, OMG, yes, please, with a bunch of exclamation points. I love when he cooks, and I love when he takes me out. So I was excited. I had to stay after school for a couple of hours yesterday to help my cooperating teacher with something, so I didn't get to my partner's place until 7 p.m. And at 7:30 p.m., my partner starts making French toast sticks. Right before putting it in the microwave, he asks, "Do you want any?" This immediately pissed me off for obvious reasons. I feel like I was hungry, and he offered to feed me actual dinner. He noticed I was annoyed, and he asked why, and I told him it was because I thought he was going to get me dinner. His response was, "This is a snack. I wasn't thinking about dinner." At this point, he said it wasn't too late to think of what I wanted for dinner, but I was just mad at this point. It was 7:30 p.m., and this isn't his first time not following through on a plan, so I just grabbed my phone to order food. I'm about to finish my order when he looks at my phone and says, "So you're not going to get me anything or ask if I want food?" At this point, I was livid. All of a sudden, dinner plans were on me because he couldn't follow through with the dinner plans he offered. We basically argued until I walked out. Am I the a-hole for getting upset over these dinner plans that didn't follow through? Then trying to order my own food? Like I said, I had a hard week, and I honestly felt like I deserved more. If my partner offers to have dinner for me, that's what I expect, not French toast sticks at 7:30 p.m. on a Friday night after I haven't eaten all day. His whole point is that he's exhausted from his week too, but I think that's BS. Don't make dinner plans then. Am I the a-hole?
Yes. Yeah. I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. I'm sorry. That made me feel so bad for the guy. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's too stressful.
It would have
All
helped.
of it.
But he
But
did
I'm
tell her
just
he would
thinking
have
it's
dinner, and
dinner.
she was really looking forward to it.
Well, it was French toast sticks, and I think that's.
But that wasn't dinner. He said that was his snack.
Well, then there was an appetizer, and then there'll be a dinner. Even better, right? It's okay.
Right.
Maybe they live in the city and stuff is open. I know it was 7:30, but we need to know where they live. I think she was kind of
She
being
had a
mean.
terrible week.
But she had expectations. She had expectations of a dinner. She had expectations of people doing things for her. She had all these expectations. And when it happened, it didn't happen the way she thought in her head. She got mad at him.
Well, he said it was a snack.
It was 7:30.
It doesn't matter. I don't know.
I'm saying he's yes. So
Really?
yeah.
I think he forgot, and he should have just been like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't
Let's
think
go
she
get
was-
something now."
Well, I think it was just how you read it, Carol. It was how you read. If you read it differently, maybe she wouldn't sound like. But she was like, "I expected this and I expected that." And I just think it was, it was her tone.
Okay, am I the a-hole for my advice to my niece about bullies? My brother and sister-in-law are furious. I'm 23 and my niece is 14, and last year my brother and sister-in-law moved her to a private school since she was getting bullied, and she'd gone from an A to an F student. But even a year in, she was still failing. I knew what she was going through. I had some traumatic experiences from my first boss. And even when I quit, PTSD from that cost me my next job too. One day she called me upset about it, and I told her I could relate. My first boss was a terrible bully who really hurt and scared me. Understatement, but I had to keep it PG. And for years after I quit, I'd be as upset as if it had been yesterday. I spent my nights wondering if he was right or if I deserved it. Somehow, I asked if that's how she felt. She said yeah, and she said she really wanted to know how to make it stop. I told her that I started seeing him as dead to me. I'd never have to see him again. For all I knew, he might really be dead. But it didn't matter. In my heart, he's been dead for a long time. She said she didn't know how to do that. They literally aren't dead. I said this might sound a little weird or woo-woo, but there was an idea my therapist had that really helped me. Burning things that held bad memories. She wanted to try, and my brother said it was fine with him. So she put everything that reminded her of the bullies in a box. And if it was online, she sent me a link and I would print it out. Then one evening, she went through her box at my place by the fire pit, and we talked a lot about each thing and the memories she needed to get off of her chest before she burned it. Afterwards, I read a bit of writing that I'll share here for context. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, all the universe gives us takes back in time. You've been given pain you didn't deserve, and you've been carrying it with you ever since. It's time to let it go. This box where you've gathered your pain is but ash now. The wind will scatter it till there's no trace left. Let us lay bullies' names, they put the bullies' names, to rest in your heart. Let this be the last their names are spoken, if that is your wish. That night she thanked me for all I did, and it was obviously very cathartic. She also asked me if she could keep what I wrote, and I said yeah. She told a few friends at school what we did, and the school administration heard and got concerned. Some of it got taken out of context. The school called her mom, my sister-in-law, and she went through her things and found the writing I did, and she called me, literally accusing me of doing witchcraft, which I honestly started laughing at, because if I was a witch, I wouldn't be so broke. She was furious and said I was making jokes when I'd really overstepped, not being her parent, and it was totally inappropriate of me to give the advice that they're dead to me to a kid about other kids. My brother agreed with her. Am I the a-hole for the advice I gave, and was I overstepping? Edit. I was not expecting to have to explain this in the year 2023, but can we please at least agree that witches who can do death spells are some fictional Harry Potter style shite? They're not real. No disrespect to those who practice spirituality, Wicca, etc., but that's not what we're talking about here. The kind of witchcraft my sister-in-law accused me of doing was the evil hag curses children with death, sort of the ones that exist in storybooks too. Even if there is such a thing as a real witch who could kill people with their mind, I'm not one, and I'm not trying to be one. I said this as a joke at first, but seriously, if I was a witch, I'd be casting some spells to magic my bills away, not some little kids. I find it effing ridiculous that I have to explain this to anyone born after the year 1650. I'm not going to argue anymore in the comments about whether I'm a witch. I'm effing obviously not, and I'm not trying to play Salem Witch Trial Simulator with any more of you crazies today. Am I the a-hole? Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Where did it go? Okay. Okay, forgets to make dinner. They said yes, she was the a-hole. Okay, and this one is saying yes, they're an a-hole. No, now it's 50-50. Now it's 54. See what happens when I come back. Okay. Am I the a-hole for changing my granddaughter's hair without her parents' permission? To set the scene here, I'm a 55-year-old father of 4 and grandfather of 5. The pertinent ones here are my eldest daughter, Michelle, she's 34, and her husband, Peter, who's 35, and my grandchildren, Beth and Sam, who are 12 and 14. To give some context to the rest of this post, Beth and Sam are adopted, and they're black, where the rest of the family is white. The problem arose when Michelle and Peter finally saved up enough money to take their dream honeymoon, which they couldn't afford when they got married. It was a month-long holiday, during which time Beth and Sam came to stay with me. Beth had beautiful curly hair, and lots of it, which she obviously washes and maintains herself, but she's still learning how to do certain styles in it. I asked out of curiosity what kind of style she'd like to know, and she showed me some pictures of ladies online with very impressive braids. Now, I've been bald as an egg since I was 40, and the only style I've had before that was a mohawk in my 20s, so elaborate braids are a bit beyond my skill set. But a coworker of mine, who is my work daughter, often has her hair done in styles very similar to the ones Beth showed me. I asked her where she gets her hair done and explained it was for my granddaughter, and she told me that it's actually her sister who's a professional braider and put me in touch with her. I took Beth to her sister, and she got some very cool braids, which have beads on them and just cute little heart pattern at the sides. And the sister explained all the upkeep stuff to do and even gave us the friends and family discount, which was really nice. Well, cut to Michelle's return, and she's deeply unhappy about me doing this. Apparently, she has always told Beth not to get such braiding done because she believes that she's too young for it, and also says it's too expensive and doesn't want Beth to get the idea that it's going to be all the time thing. I've said that I'm quite happy to pay for her to get it done as often as she likes because of how happy it made her. But Michelle is still taking the huff with me about it. Peter is siding with her, as he says parents should be consulted about such things. Sam is sticking up for me by saying that is nice, that I'm letting Beth partake in parts of black culture that she might miss out on in a white family, which wasn't even really an aspect I'd considered, honestly. Obviously am not happy that my daughter is not happy, but I'm not sure if I really did anything wrong here. Help an old man out. Am I the a-hole?
No.
I don't think he is. She's old enough to make her decision on her hair. And
Yep,
I don't think.
I agree with you guys.
He's being a grandpa.
I know. Yeah.
No big deal. The daughter's being a jerk.
They should have been grateful that the grandfather did
I
that
know.
and spoiled her. Like, that's what grandparents do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Lucky
I
they
would have been
have.
happy.
No,
They're lucky that they have, grandparents.
exactly.
It's amazing to
Yeah.
Here.
to have that. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Am I the a-hole for walking around the house in my underwear so my husband would ask his brother to stay in a hotel?
What?
I used to be close with my brother-in-law, but we aren't anymore due to how he treated my best friend. I don't hate him or anything, but I would prefer he not staying in my house. When my husband told me he was coming for a visit, I made it clear I don't want him staying here, but my husband wouldn't budge and said his visit would be shorter if he was here, as they could work out what they were going to do about some family assets they were thinking about selling more quickly. Seeing him in my home was irritating me, especially since he's the type of person who loves making dumb, sarcastic jokes constantly. I tried asking my husband to ask him to go stay in a hotel 2 days into his visit here, but he again wouldn't budge, so I outright told my brother-in-law I didn't want him here, but that still wasn't enough to make him leave. I finally decided to walk around the house in my underwear, because I knew he wouldn't be able to resist making a stupid comment, and it would annoy my husband enough to make him ask his brother to stay in a hotel, which is exactly what happened. And after my husband told him to go, my brother-in-law accused me of thinking I was hot stuff, who tried to lead my husband around by his male member and made a point to tell me it would backfire if I kept it up. My husband also asked me if I wasn't going to continue to show during a fight, as I stopped doing it once his brother left, as my husband often has guests coming over and coming and going during the day, which made walking around our home in my underwear awkward. He was already upset with me, but the fact that I stopped immediately after his brother left seems to have upset him even more. Am I the a-hole?
Well,
It's a hard one.
Sharon says
how
no.
long was he in town for?
I don't know.
I think that she's not the a-hole.
Really?
Yeah, I think the
I
husband.
think she is.
Not listening.
I think she
Gonna
is.
be there for a few days.
I think she is. Why would she do that? Why would
You
she
think
go
it's a
around in
few
her
days?
underwear like a jerk?
Yeah.
Well, but she kept telling her husband she felt like uncomfortable with this guy here, and he wasn't listening to her.
Well,
over
it's
and
his
over.
brother. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices for family.
Yeah.
Can't all pick our family.
Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't.
They had something to discuss. It was assets they had to sell.
But why does it take 3 days in your home, or more, to talk about that? Why can't you have that conversation on the phone? This is your husband and wife, your family home.
I know, but this is his sibling, and he's got to do something.
But she feels uncomfortable with the guy there. The husband should be more respectful.
Well, I
to
think
her.
she
She
should. You
ran
know what I
around
think she should
in
have
her
said?
underwear.
You know what I think she should have said? She should have said, "Look, he can stay here, but if he makes any inappropriate jokes at me, or if he says things to me, then he's gone. So
Yeah,
you better
but-
talk to your brother."
Yeah, but he'll do it anyway. She said he was.
But then if he
continuing-
did, he's gone.
But then the husband was like not listening to her at all. The 3 times she asked him. Are you gonna? I'm not gonna ask him again. I'm gonna walk around in my underwear. Okay? I mean, geez. I don't know.
I think she's a jerk.
It just depends. We don't know much about these people. What's their personalities like? Like, is this just one incident, or are they always like this?
I got the impression that he was from out of town. And was
Yeah.
staying for a few
Well,
days. so-
Okay. Well, maybe if he was from
That's
out of, I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of sarcastic comments he's making, though. They didn't specify.
I could see him making more when she's running around in her underwear.
Well, I mean, just she has a shirt on, though, right? Like, didn't even specify. Like, what's happening here? Like, is this? We just need more information in general.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for the way I respond to my new coworkers' personal questions? I'm a 28-year-old female, and I'm a foster kid. Long story short, my dad was a drug dealer, my mother was a drug addict, my mom died, and my dad went to jail for life, so no family to take me on. I bounced around in the system from the ages of 7 to 18, and then I became homeless. I worked as an escort, I went to college, and then this is currently my second corporate job. Like you might imagine, I do not talk about my personal life, even more so because of my first corporate job where I was the last to be given time off during holidays or summer because I was a single woman without children. When I started at my current job, I made the decision that I was not going to get to know anyone. Colleagues will just stay that, colleagues. So I arrived at my desk at 8:45. I'm out the door at 5. Take my lunch break outside the office. I don't take my breaks with the others. I refuse all invites to things outside of work. My new colleagues got the hint when I just said, no thank you, when they would invite me. When I opted out of the Secret Santa, even though it was obvious that I celebrated, and when instead of going to a colleague's wedding, I RSVP'd no, and then I sent a gift. They leave me alone, I leave them alone, but we are friendly and I'm happy to lend a hand when needed. Then this woman started with us almost 3 months ago. She's very outgoing, very social. She made friends with the whole office within the first week, and she seems to take it as a personal challenge that I do not talk about my personal life. At first, I was direct but polite. I told her, hey, colleague, I appreciate that you want to get to know me, but I'm an extremely private person, and I don't like to mix my professional and personal life together. After taking her aside away from others, okay. Well, instead of backing off, she doubled her efforts. And it's not in a creepy way or a way that would allow me to go to HR, but I don't like it. Finally, fed up with her, instead of trying to redirect the conversation or changing the subject, I just stare at her, dead in the eye, without saying anything. Yesterday, she came by my desk. And she asked if I had plans this weekend, and I said, yes, I do. But I didn't elaborate. And then she asked me what my plans were, and if I had someone special that I was going to spend my time with. So I just stared her dead in the eye, and I said nothing for minutes. At first she was annoyed, and then she started rambling, and then she turned red and left in a hurry. Another colleague sitting close by gave me a disappointed look and told me that they understood I was a private person, but that that's no way to treat someone who was genuinely friendly, someone who was trying to include me in the social life of the office. So, am I the a-hole?
To an extent. You can give a little. Everybody can give a little. I don't know.
I'm eating a Snickers.
I just had peanut butter and jelly.
Who
I
did?
have a
Who had peanut butter and jelly? Bucky Ann?
Yeah.
But I had it on a soft tortilla
I
instead
have
of bread.
I have a chocolate chip cookie dough Milky Way.
Oh,
It's seasonal.
No, I think he handled it well. Staring the person down, facilitator?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But the facilitator said I'd stare him down.
They'll probably think you're a wacko.
They would. They would think I was nuts.
Yeah.
They would just. I should just smile. Like just stare at him and smile. Oh, God, that would just freak somebody out.
Am I the a-hole for applying to my cousin's company just to show him that I can get a higher role and pay than he has? Well, Oliver, my cousin, and I are almost the same age, and we went to university to study the same thing. The difference was that I started working as an intern halfway through until after I got my BSc, which the company offered me a full-time position which I gladly took, and I didn't go to a master's program. Oliver, unlike me, went to get his master's and started working years after I did. Oliver always made sure to tell me what a mistake I made by not getting my master's degree. I will always be paid lower than him. No company will ever give me higher roles. I will get stuck at the bottom of the ladder, etc. He stopped for a little bit after finishing his studies, but recently he started again, stronger than ever. At Christmas he told me that now he has both a master's degree and 4 years of work experience. He will overtake me so fast. In his company, he will soon apply in 1 or 2 years to a higher role, and he knows they wouldn't hire a person without a master's degree for that role. That was when I decided to be petty and apply to Oliver's company for said role. I got the offer this week, and it's actually higher pay than I expected to be. I told Oliver about the offer without specifying the salary, and he threw a fit. He called me a petty a-hole and told me it's insane that I would go to such lengths out of an inferiority complex. Our entire family is on his side, and now they treat me like a jealous, mean bully. I mean, yes, it was petty. But nobody said a word when they heard Oliver tell me during family Christmas dinner that I will always be a nobody, stuck at the bottom of the corporate ladder. I only wanted to prove him wrong, and it was fun testing myself. Am I the a-hole?
No.
I don't know. I don't think so. No.
True at this point. What do you think, Carolyn?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the guy was an a-hole, but yeah, no, not really. I guess you're just wanted to show you. If the guy didn't say what he said to him, he wouldn't have done it. So
That was the problem.
brought it on himself.
Yeah. Here's the full watch.
Okay. Am I the a-hole for making our daughter, 17, clean out horse stalls against her will? We recently got 2 horses. My younger daughter, 13, wanted them as she's been learning to ride. My older daughter, 17, was against them. She's more princessy and didn't want to deal with the mess and chores that come with horses. But we told her it wouldn't be something she'd have to deal with, and that her younger sister promised to take care of all of it. Well, recently the older daughter has been very disrespectful at home and staying out too late, and her grades have been slipping. We warned her to shape up. But last week, when we heard that she'd been needlessly insulting to her younger sister while I was out running errands, I told her that she'd be cleaning out the stables each day for the next week as punishment, and that her sister would get a break. She got really upset and offended, and she said we promised she'd never have to go in there or have to scoop horse poop. I said I promised it wouldn't be one of your chores, of course, but obviously a punishment is supposed to be something outside of your normal chores and something you won't like, and I thought it was perfectly fair here. She's been doing it 3 days now, but seems to be very resentful of our broken promise, acting very disgusted, and keeps begging to get out of the rest of it. But I said I thought it's very fair and that she's overreacting. Am I the a-hole?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But she promised that she didn't have to do
Yes,
anything.
but that's on a normal basis, but this kid is doing a lot of wrong stuff.
Then punish her in other ways. Don't use the damn stables that you promised that you wouldn't have her involved in as punishment. It's wrong. Right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Now I'm scared. Am I wrong? She needs to tell me if I'm...
She didn't say what her husband thought either, if he agreed with it.
This
But-
game is scary because then it's like, is my thinking okay? Like, is that...
I don't know. This kid is disrespectful, failing
You know?
school. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you-
She's
like, you
she's
went-
being a brat.
It doesn't matter. It was the younger sister and the mother that said she would have nothing to do with it no matter what. She was against it. It's not her
Now, let's
thing.
see what the chat thinks. I don't know. Hold on a minute.
Punish her in another way. If there's any other way you can punish a girl. Like, you don't even just talk to her. It's like, what's going on? Why are you acting that? We don't know the whole story, right? Like, what is she doing? What kind of things?
I'm with you, Nick. No.
Yeah, but I think since it's so drastic and she knew that would really bother her, that maybe she would stop being
Yeah, but you
disrespectful
have-
and cutting out of school, whatever she was doing.
A promise.
And
your
you don't
word.
know whether she got a warning.
Your
Did she
word
get a
is-
warning? Like, you could keep it up, young lady.
Yeah, but your word is your promise is your word. That's your
And you're going to be
seal.
cleaning the horse stalls.
Your promise is your seal. It's like you have to keep your word. It's like a thing, you know. It's
No,
like
well, okay, it's like, okay, let's say you get a llama.
you gotta keep
And your
word.
kids are like, Mom, we don't want a llama. And you're like, okay. And they're like, well, who's going to clean up the crap and stuff? And you're like, well, I'll take care of the crap, right?
Yeah.
But then your kid starts getting really, really, really mouthy and doing all this crap. And then he's getting suspended from school and all this crap. And now you got this llama. And someone and you're like, look, you're going to have extra chores now because you're being a little brat. So go
Anything
clean
but
the llama
llama.
stables.
Anything but the llama.
I don't
Because you
know.
promised them. You made a promise. It was a seal.
Yeah,
You
but what
can't
other
be-
what
you
other
know-
chore would bother them enough?
Yeah,
to
what
make
are they
them
going
stop
to do?
being so bad?
dishes. Have them clean out the whole basement from head to toe, every single spider web. You could have them on the floor with a toothbrush, Murphy's oil soap for the bathroom floors. You could have them mow
Really,
the grass.
Vicky? She said parent is the a-hole. Take her phone.
Yeah, the parent is
The phone
jerk.
is going to be a bigger problem, and it's going to punish the parent more because now the parent's not going to be able to get a hold of their child. And that could be safety concerns. You
Or
know,
you
the
can
phone is
ground
something.
them. You can ground them. Remember that? Remember how parents used to do that a long time
Yeah,
ago?
but if anybody had kids that you couldn't ground, you'd say you're punished, go to your room, and they walk out the back door. Then what do you do?
Then they walk out the back door. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I have to go get
She's
them.
cleaning out a
I had a
freaking
kid
horse
that
stall.
did
She's
that.
not
I
going to
would-
die.
I would punish my son, and he would take off and not come home until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, geez.
I don't
See,
think
it
the
depends
poop.
on
I don't think the poop is going to kill her. And Kevin agrees
Okay.
with me, and so does
Well,
Barb
but-
Olson.
All right. It depends.
You know
on
what?
the
I'd
kid.
say you're acting like a little shite. Maybe you need to go clean up some shite.
I don't know if I could do that.
Get rid of your shiny
I'm
attitude.
weak. I'm weak. I'm a weakling. I couldn't do that. If I made the promise, I would think
That's
in my
because you're a
heart.
ball of sunshine. I told you.
No,
Holy Kevin, grab a shovel, girly.
I made a promise. And I can't backtrack. I'd feel so guilty for the rest of my life on this planet if I did that. I really would. I'm not kidding.
67% are saying the mother's not an a-hole.
She's not? Oh my God, I'm doing things wrong then in my life.
I don't think she's an a-hole either. I think she probably gave her, told her what's going to happen. And the girl, you know what? What would you rather have than a girl that is like, now maybe she gets punished, she'll remember this and won't do crap. And next time she thinks about doing it, she's going to remember the freaking horse stalls.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But if I promise
such a
them,
drastic
But
thing
if you're
to
just a
want to do it.
pushover and you're like, oh, you don't want to clean the horse stalls?
but-
Okay, honey.
no.
Why don't you just go and dust the furniture in the living room?
Yeah, but they wouldn't happen because it's
Then
an
she's going to
open-
be like, oh, good. So what do I care about letting my mother know? And I'll just go over into the city with this guy because all she's going to do is make me dust the living room furniture. So who freak cares? Kids want boundaries.
I don't
Kids,
know what to
even
do
though
with
they
that,
don't
and I'll
like
be
it,
at
they
that-
want somebody to put their foot
Okay.
down and give them
And
boundaries.
you know what? My kids are going to be teenagers, and I'll be at the MGM Grand in Springfield, 20 minutes away. Find me there. I'm going to be sitting at the slots. Because it's too much. This is too much. It's so, I don't know what to do. I couldn't do that because I promised. I said I wanted the llama. It was my choice. I said, you don't have to do anything. I'm going to clean up the poop. I'm going to do all the stuff. I'm getting a llama.
Yeah, but but then she started to be a real jerk.
But
then, like Nicole said, you make them clean the whole entire basement from top
Anything
to
But maybe
Yeah.
she's more scared of spiders. We don't know. And then she'll have a fit.
yeah.
And then she'll
Yeah,
say
but
she has PTSD from the spiders.
Okay, well then we'll have to go to counseling
She
after.
never
But I
made a
kept a
promise
promise.
not to make her
Yeah.
clean the basement.
Yeah. If
I don't
she
think
had-
anybody died from cleaning out a horse stall.
I would.
She might end
I
up, you
think
know what?
she'd learn
Wouldn't
her
this be a
lesson
funny
by
thing
it.
if she found out she really bonded with those horses? They use horses for therapy. What if she had really started to feel a connection to the horses from cleaning them out?
God.
Find out that she
My
really liked them.
my
Can you imagine
parent-
that?
My parents had horses growing up, and my mom never asked me to clean the stalls. Not once. That was never a punishment. That's hard work. It's backbreaking work, Carolyn. It's horrible.
Well, the 13-year-old was doing it, so it couldn't be
Ugh.
that bad compared.
Okay, so
if
that they
she's
don't keep their
16.
word, but they
She
said
was older.
okay. It's like saying okay. Let me think of what it's like saying.
Or it was the 13-year-old's horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if the 13-year-old could handle it, then the older kid could handle it.
If she
cleaning
resented
it
the
just
horses
as
and
much.
poisoned them, Alicia, they better get her to somewhere she's child of rage or something like that. They better get her away. Does anybody agree with me that it's not that she shouldn't have been a jerk?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, thanks. I really, if somebody said to me, look, I had her clean the stall, I'd be like, okay, it's a big deal. She cleaned the stalls. A lot of times when people do that, you hear people say, well, they're like grateful to their parents for doing something like that.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't you
because
ever
it
hear
teaches
people?
them that they have
Yeah, they're like, I
consequences
didn't
for their
like it at the
actions.
time, but gosh, it made me, if they hadn't put their foot down and made me do something, I could have been off on a really bad road.
I don't know how I made it this far in life. I don't know. That's just a hard decision. Oh my God.
look at Kevin. Girlie hit that barn for the turd two-step in the morning. And look, farm wife agrees with me.
I know. I just.
Farm wife.
Oh, she's on the farm. She's on a farm. Of course. That's what she does every day.
I don't like horse. Well, I
Punishment
like
is not
horses
supposed
as
to
long
be
as they're
comfortable. Punishment is not
half a
supposed to be something you like. It's supposed to be a
Or-
deterrent.
Right. So you make them clean the basement from top to bottom.
I
But
would
that's
have
not
picked a different
hard.
punishment to straighten her booty out. Really, Mary Warren?
My basement? Huh?
And
I don't know. I'm with Nicole, I'm sorry. Hey, I disagree with Nicole on another one, so it's not like we're in
it's
lockstep.
okay. You can have a different opinion. That's fine.
Yeah,
I just
And
don't know what
choosing
to
the
do.
horse stall cleaning punishment involves the two sisters being at odds. I'm sure there are equally punished. I personally would make the girl clean the chicken coop.
No, you could do that.
Kids will always be jerks sometimes.
I mean, I guess I'm a softie, I guess. I just feel guilty after I made a
it's
promise.
not that. It's, my thing always was, say what you mean and mean what you say.
And what you say, oh
Yeah, but
my
you're saying, look,
If you're gonna say it, you better
everything being
follow-
even, I'm not going to make you clean the horse stalls.
If I say that, then I have to keep my promise.
But
I
you're
have
not
to.
being a good person. Now you're being a jerk.
Well, what's going on with the kid? Is
Well,
the
now
kid?
you're cleaning the basement, and you got a week to do it, and it better be done right. And if it's not done right, you're gonna keep at it until it is.
Yeah, Deborah, you can have a different opinion. I don't know. I don't see the big deal with it. I really don't. You take a shovel, you shovel the poop out.
I know, but there's horses there.
But she might end up being like the horses.
No, because if
My mom always wanted me to like horses, and I.
Look
It
at
was
Kevin said they need to get this girl to straighten up anyway, even if it seems bad.
I don't know. I don't know what I would. I would never have
I
horses.
went to the riding stables all the time.
Oh my God, me too, and I didn't like it. And then
I loved it. I used to brush my horse out at the end of a ride, take off all his
Yep.
equipment. I loved it.
Really?
Oh, I
went
loved
to
it. That was
see-
the best part. That was almost better than riding, was taking care
Are
of
you-
the horse at the end.
I was so scared. The horse took off in a canter. I fell off, bumped my head, had a concussion. It
No,
was
see, our
horrible.
riding teacher up here, we would come off the trail, we'd take our horse into the barn, we'd take everything off of the
Yeah.
horse. I remember having the brushes, and
Me
you
too.
brush the whole horse, you put fresh hay in there, you cleaned it. Oh, I
You have
loved
to
it.
clean their feet. You have to lift their feet up and use the pick.
No, the furrier does that, but we
we
didn't do
did
that.
that. I
We
did
did
that.
the brushing. We took the, all the bridle, everything off, the big girth,
I did.
the saddles, of course, and then we brushed them down. We gave them water. Yeah, we took care of them, but totally.
We went to the riding stables because there were cats there. I didn't
Mhm.
want anything to do with the horses.
You like
The
human
horses
saws and
scared me.
Yeah, me too. That was the best part. I was so glad we were allowed to do that.
We're all different people. We're all different. We're still friends. We all have different interests. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just different interests and different things, So that's
Right.
why it wouldn't be a big deal to you, Carolyn, because you've done it before and it's easy
Right.
but then for me, I'm
You
thinking
enjoyed it.
I'm thinking my past where I almost died. I had a concussion, and then my mom was like, get back on the horse, get back on the horse. And it was like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's scary.
Yeah.
So do you see how it's like different for it's just different. Our decisions.
I had a boyfriend that took me horseback riding one time. And he asked me if I wanted to do that. And I said, not really.
every decision we make.
And I said, okay. I said, but the horse better have emphysema and can't go over, a quarter.
But you know what? Can I tell you the majority here say the mother wasn't the a-hole?
I know. I don't think maybe she wasn't. We're just different. I know, I'm probably wrong. I'm not
But see,
saying.
you just explained why though,
I will
Nicole.
go back on that.
You had a bad experience with that specific
Yeah,
thing.
our decisions are based on our experiences.
Most of us
decisions
don't
we
have
make
that
in our
kind of
life.
experience.
Hi, Annie B.
I've never even been up to
We're just having a
except
discussion
riding
over
it.
horse crap.
Ooh,
Um,
I mean,
So
it's a
I would
good
be,
thought.
I would actually think it was kind of, I'd like to take care of the horse, but that's me.
Look what Vicky says. I'd say if you want your child to like the horse and horses, don't use them as punishment.
But you're not
I
really
don't
using the
know.
horse as punishment.
It allows the kid to whine and focus what is happening to her rather than her own
5,
bad
6,
behavior.
7, 8, shovel. Deborah said.
Yeah, it's different for everybody. I mean, but yeah, it's not that I'm wrong or anybody's wrong.
No, it's just you have a
Let's
different opinion.
see what the
of them
public.
because
Let's
you
see
have bad
what do
experience
they
of it.
say?
Say
John
this.
C. Public
My
says,
mom-
or Joan
I
C.
would make
Public.
my mom promise. If I would do this, can I do that?
Let's see what they say. John C. Public.
Absolutely. And then she
Horses are a
breaks
pretty
down
big
every
gift. Does your
time.
oldest child get the treatment? Your youngest child? It could be resentment. Okay, that you didn't say much of anything. You didn't tell her she was an a-hole or not. Let me see here.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm definitely not the majority. I get that.
See,
Doesn't matter. You
It's
make
not
a
wrong or
promise.
right.
When I was
Yeah.
16, we were super poor and used to getting nothing. And my parents found someone giving away 2 ponies and gave them to my sister. My sister's ponies only. I had my own pets, 2 rats and a guinea pig. And I was fully expected to help my younger sister with chores and pay for hay with part of my job. But they were her ponies. They also got her a car before I had one, but I was expected to help pay for it because I got a job. I could ride my bike to... Okay, but this is not telling her if she's an a-hole.
Yeah, but that sounds highly unfair to me. That little scenario.
Okay,
right
it says,
there. Why should she
if this
pay
one
for the
says,
horse?
you be the a-hole. It says, you bought 2 horses for your younger daughter, and you promised the older daughter she wouldn't have to be involved in their care. You broke your promises.
Right.
There were plenty of adequate and appropriate punishments available that you could have given to your daughter for staying out late and letting her grade slip, and you deliberately try to stir up resentment between the 2 sisters because this is how you get resentment between brothers and sisters.
That's exactly right. Right. And my mother made so many promises and she broke them. That I have a big thing. I'm very big on promises. If I make a promise,
I
that's why I made
always keep it. I always keep my promises as much as possible, as much as humanly possible, to everyone that I make.
Listen to this one. Somebody said, without reading past the first sentence, I was thinking, no, you're just a rich a-hole. But that's not fair. I'm otherwise stumped, though I just can't believe that nobody involved in the decision to get the horses realized just how much work it was going to be. Do they really think a 13-year-old could conceivably do everything to take care of a stable and 2 horses while keeping up with school and activities? Or did they just assume that they would be hiring a stable hand to help? My assumption is the latter. Either way, the 17-year-old had nothing to do with it. Don't punish her for your not so well thought out decisions. Get the stable hand. That's what you thought you were going to do anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't going to make her do it forever.
Yeah, I know.
It's just,
Just
for
a week.
punishment.
It's a freaking week.
Look what that comment. Look at what True Crime Girl said. I think showing kids that you keep your promises.
Somebody said, honestly, I wish this post was on the parenting subthread. So many parents jump to infraction, arbitrary, sucky punishment as discipline model, and it just doesn't make sense. Based on this post as an example, the issues with the oldest daughters are disrespectful at home, staying out late, grade slipping, and insulting your sister. So the logical reaction is take care of horses that are in hers? No. A logical consequence for staying out too late would be she has to turn in her car keys for some length of time and she's not allowed to go out for a while or something. For grade slipping, they need to get to the cause of the problem and react accordingly. Does she need tutoring? Does she have too many extracurricular activities? Does she need to drop something? Is she staying out late enough? Then it's interfering with her sleep. So addressing the former problem should help. Is she depressed? Is she dealing with some kind of high school drama? Is she playing on her phone too much and the phone needs to be taken away for a bit? There's lots of directions this could go, but taking care of livestock isn't helpful. As for the disrespect and insults towards the family, that deserves a serious conversation to start with. Maybe a punishment of some kind is warranted, but it should be relevant to what's actually going on. You are the a-hole.
True Crime Girl says, I think showing kids that you keep your promises and that, she said, and that consistency happens is one of the most important things you can teach them. And that consistency, yeah.
I
Of
agree.
just, yeah, I too. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Most people don't agree. I don't think I wouldn't call her an a-hole. I don't like that term.
I don't either,
She's
but
not, the mother's not an a-hole. She's
Well-
just, that's not right to say. Like, I don't think anybody's an a-hole. I think it's just, I don't know.
see, all this punishment did was brew more resentment. That's what I think.
Yeah, this got real serious.
Well, I mean, she didn't want horses. She didn't want anything to do with the damn horses.
And then she says, True Crime says, if you teach your kids.
Somebody
Then
said,
that's
gosh,
different
there's
from-
hardly anybody that agreed. I'm on the fence here. I'm a huge supporter of discipline and teaching kids respect. My only issue is that the younger sister's rewarded for the older sister's misdeeds. I think you could have picked a better punishment so the younger one still had to live up to her commitment.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, if the younger one had broke her leg or whatever, then the mother could have said, hey, you know, Susie broke her leg, you know, we really need your help. That might have been a different scenario.
Like if it was asking, like, could you help me out with this sometime? You know,
Yeah, but it was just as a punishment. It wasn't because they needed her to do it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
I
'cause
just
I would
can't-
never report.
Age difference between the youngest to the other girl.
Almost every comment is saying that she's the a-hole.
There you go.
Well, I don't think she's an a-hole, though. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't know. Well, it's if a kid's a good
Everyone
word.
is saying that she's the a-hole.
I don't think the mom is. She's just doing what,
They don't even say about the husband.
How do you
Yeah,
know
they-
there is one?
They just don't give any enough information for us to make, a decision. That's a huge thing to.
I think that there were very big repercussions, or this woman never would have written in the first place.
Are these real questions from
Mhm.
people? Eee.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's saying that she's the a-hole.
Well, everybody here is saying she's not, so we got to go by what's here. Because
I'm
the game
saying
is.
she is. And you're saying she is. For
Well,
lack of a better term, she broke her
think-
promise, and there could have been other other punishments. It would be distasteful.
Every freaking person is saying she's the a-hole.
Well, there you go.
Well, I mean, like, I
Well,
don't
you
know.
like the Gampadura horse.
I just can't believe everybody's in agreement.
Well,
There's 3,000 comments
okay.
addressing. Okay, here's someone that says not the. She was given warnings to stop bad behavior and chose to keep acting out. It was only for a week. She can suck it up. I don't know why everyone here assumes that the younger sister is spoiled because she got horses. The older one literally said she didn't want them for herself. She was offered equal treatment. See if somebody else.
Well, and also part of the bargain was that she wouldn't have to have anything to do with the damn horses. So,
Gosh, so many people are saying.
Is there anybody saying she's not?
That one person that I read, but everybody else, I'm just looking at. See, it's you're the a-hole. You're the a-hole. You're the a-hole.
Oh,
Because she
dang. Well,
broke the promise. That's why.
I wouldn't break a promise to my kid, though. I'd feel so guilty. Like, it's just a personal thing.
You know, we make mistakes as parents. We just do.
I make mistakes, yeah. But
Like,
then
but
see-
was it a promise or was it like, you know, I don't want to clean up after that. You won't clean up after them.
She
But
said,
they said it
But
was
that's
a
a punishment. She's not cleaning up after them because she did something wrong.
okay. You wouldn't have considered it punishment, Carol. Think about that.
I just don't know, like, what kind of promise. Like, was it something like somebody goes like this, oh, you're getting this monkey? I'm not going to clean up after it. Oh, don't worry, you won't. Like, or was it like, shake on it, pinky swear, let's write it down. You'll never, ever have to clean up after that monkey. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I mean. She's the kid. They're the parents. If they tell her to do something, she's got to do it. No.
Yeah.
What's that whole? Because you made a promise that she doesn't have to clean up after the horse. I mean, I know she didn't want the horses. What? Was she too lazy to clean up after them in the first place? Why didn't
You know,
she want
you
them?
could make your kid a promise that you can't do something, and then the parent could die, fall down the stairs, and become a quadriplegic. And maybe they have to do things now that they never
that
thought
would
they'd
be
have to do.
different.
How can you make it? Sometimes you can't always be, you know, like,
That's
oh, I'm sorry now
different.
that you've got to help your mother go to the bathroom.
Well,
I told you,
fall
you
down-
know, I'm sorry. You know, how can you, like, I mean,
If you fall down the stairs and you're a quadriplegic, yeah, I'd hope the daughter would step up because that would be just rude if she
but
did.
maybe like she said, well, I thought I'd never have to take care of your monkey. Now your mother can only move her mouth.
Well, then I think
So now
that
you
would
have to
probably-
take care of the monkey. So you broke
No.
your promise, but your mother broke her
No.
whole body.
If all I can do is move my mouth, then that monkey's got to get a new home regardless, okay?
Yeah.
I got to go and do a home now. I'm not going to expect anybody to take care of me if I'm like that. I got to
Yeah.
go into a home, right?
Yeah. Bye, monkey.
We really got into it.
But I'm just saying, like, there's sometimes you could tell your kid in the best of intentions something, and then a situation changes. Like maybe their father
Right.
gets killed.
Well, that's different. That's a huge life-altering event. Like falling down the stairs and becoming quadriplegic or the father getting killed.
Like maybe you
Those are
tell your
what?
daughter, I'll never ask you to take the trash out. That's your dad's job. And then your dad gets
Yeah,
hit by a bus.
Then that's different.
And now,
That is
honey, I
so
need you to take
different.
that trash out because I can't
That's
do this.
not a
I have to work the
punishment.
3 jobs now to support us because your father died without life insurance.
But that's
That's
different.
different.
That's so. This is a punishment for staying out too late and not doing well in school.
But if the girl was
Nobody
really
was
disrespectful, she could say, but Mom, you said I'd never have to empty the trash. This is not fair. You're mean.
It wasn't a catastrophic event. It was just nobody died in the
That's
story.
because Life isn't fair, and this
Nobody-
is how it's going to be now from now on.
But if somebody did pass in the story, then I would understand that. I would hope the kid would step up and be like, "Oh crap, life is short. I better be better with my grades and like maybe."
Yeah, but
You
I
don't
think it teaches her that if she breaks the rules, she has consequences.
You're going to
and
be
those are the
uncomfortable. If you
consequences.
break the rules, you're going to be uncomfortable. I made you that promise. I thought you could not act like a little.
Yeah,
Sure.
but then in the future, what if they make promises and they never keep them, and they think that that's okay with their partners and their kids, and that teaches that it's
I
okay
don't
to
know.
break.
I would have to be in the situation and find out exactly how it was made. And if it was
Yeah,
just like a
exactly.
little like,
You'd have to
you're
be
not
in
going to have to clean up after the horses, or was it like an all out pinky swear, you never have to do it,
That's what
like,
I'm
or was it
thinking.
just like, oh, don't worry, you're not going to have to take care of them. Yeah, you're not going to have to take care of them. This is a freaking punishment.
Well,
I don't know.
I
It would
see-
have to
I
be.
see-
I'd have to know the
You do the
context
crime,
of
you
which
pay
it
the
was
time.
said.
I see your point too. I do. It's hard. This is hard. I don't know what I'm going to do. I hope I'm never in that situation. 'Cause that's a hard situation for me.
Well, if your 14-year-old daughter starts staying out till 2:00 in the morning,
my
let us know what
God.
you do.
I'm having a panic attack. I have 2 years. in through the nose, out through the mouth. I was like,
She comes home high and drunk. You gonna
oh my
tell her,
God, then I'm just
go,
going to be
go
at the
dust the furniture.
I'm going to be at the casino. I'm going to be like, bye, going to Springfield, bye. No, a whole lot of no.
Uh,
I don't know. If she was in prison, she'd have to clean the toilets and things.
That's different. She got herself into prison.
well, she got herself into this trouble too, though.
But you're trying to get her out of prison by having her clean the stalls and learn to.
Well, I mean, if she goes to prison, I'm not going to bail her out. I mean, if I'm just like, sorry, you got to learn. I mean, it sucks. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm ever in that situation, what I'm going to do. Now we're talking about prison here.
I know.
How did this turn from horse stalls to
Well, if you don't get her under control, she may end up in prison.
Well, I stayed out too late and my grades weren't that good sometimes. Like, but I didn't end up in prison.
That's the option. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Kevin
no, I
Leonard is
mean,
right again. I'm
it
just
just
going to
depends
say
on
that
the type
Kevin
of
is always
person.
right. Well, Kevin's saying he would send her out to the stalls.
I know Kevin would.
Well,
and
True
that's
Crime
what
Girl is saying that she's agreeing with ME, but now she's saying that Kevin's right. So which one is it?
It's just a hard decision. But I made a promise, though, and that's the
Yes,
that's
but
what I
the
would
promise
keep.
was that she would never have to take care of the horses. This isn't taking care of the horses. This is punishment. It's different. It's not like now, all right, every other week you have to take care of the horses for forever.
Punishment
It's-
stinks, man. I
you
don't
did-
know.
You did something bad. You did the
Oh, you
crime.
didn't
Now
see
you pay
it?
the
Yeah,
time.
Kevin said that. He
No.
said 1, 2, 3, get out to the stalls, girlie, get a shovel.
Well, she's 17. At 18, she's going to go off to college, hopefully, and she will pick one.
Nick said
Hard-
punishment would be getting a French chef to cook for the horses. That would to cook the horses. That would be punishment. Oh my God. We went too far today.
I think we've taken this way out of context.
Maybe we should go back. Now everybody's talking like it's.
Let's look at another question.
We could look at another question.
Let's table
Let's
this
go
one for
back.
tonight.
Let's do that.
Okay. All right. Somebody answered that question. They said, "You guys are so dramatic." Okay. There's another one. Am I an a-hole for scolding my daughter for letting the dog run away? My girlfriend Sarah and I had been discussing taking a road trip for a while, due to stress we had both been under. It was my 9-year-old daughter's Emily's weekend with me, so it meant she'd be coming along with us. We decided to take the trip on Emily's weekend with me, and Sarah's Yorkie puppy, Daisy, had to come along. I informed Emily that she had to stay in the car and watch Daisy while Sarah and I made a few stops. Emily seemed to understand and was content playing on her iPad and eating snacks. After a few stops, however, Emily started acting strangely. I asked her what was the matter, and she said she was getting bored. I told her, "Sorry, hun," but she knew what she was in for from the get-go. We could all do something together later. Emily reluctantly agreed. At one point, I stopped at the gas station to buy a drink, and Sarah went to use the restroom. When I returned, not even 15 minutes later, the back door was wide open, and Emily was crying next to the car. Daisy was gone. Emily confessed that she was bored and wanted to get out of the car, and Daisy jumped out. Traffic was too busy for her to run after him. We drove around looking for Daisy with no luck, and Sarah was inconsolable. I was so angry and disappointed with Emily, I couldn't even look at her. I tried to explain to her why what she had done was wrong, but she just kept crying. The road trip was cut short. I dropped Emily back off at her mom's house. Emily was really upset, but I was still mad and couldn't speak to her. I was too mad to even hug her or say goodbye. Her mom called me cruel and conniving, but I told her it was awful what Emily had done to Sarah's dog. I felt so helpless. I wanted this weekend to be good for all of us. Am I the a-hole?
No, and Sarah's the father's
Why was she
girlfriend.
gone for 15
yeah.
minutes at the gas station?
Hold on a minute. Let's see.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Why was she gone
Yeah,
for
to
so
get a
long?
bottle of pop.
Yeah, that's, what did she do for 15 minutes? You know, bring the kid in with you.
But was it he, the father?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the father and the daughter.
Father and the girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
So the father was angry at the daughter.
How old was the girl?
Yeah, how old was the daughter? Did it say?
Farm wife. What the H? Why bring a
9.
child to be left in the car and ignored?
I agree.
I
agree with that completely.
Playing on a tablet?
Do you
Well,
agree,
maybe
Caroline? What do you think?
I'm sure the kid feels
How old
bad
was the
about
daughter?
it. I'm sure she's 9 years old and she's not really fully
I
thought
think
out
they
the
put too much
consequences. I don't think she wanted
responsibility
it
on
to
the
happen.
9-year-old.
I understand the girlfriend's going to be inconsolable and heartbroken. I understand everybody's feelings are going to be running high, but he should have kissed his daughter goodbye. That might be the last time he ever sees her.
Right.
And he should have just, said, I know it's not your fault. You didn't want it to happen. Even if he snapped in the beginning, he should have been, by the time he dropped her off, he should have been able to get his anger under control and apologize and kiss her goodbye and tell her it's not her fault.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
put too much responsibility on a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
Right.
And
The
leaving
girl
her
Sarah should have took care of her
unsupervised
own dog.
for a lengthy amount of time, it sounds like.
I wouldn't leave my puppy with a 9-year-old.
I wouldn't leave my 9-year-old in the car alone that much time.
No, right.
He just went in to get a pop.
Yeah, why was the kid in the car like that alone?
Yeah, and I don't even think it's legal to leave a 9-year-old. It's not in New York. You can't leave a 9-year-old. I don't even leave my kids in the car ever for a minute because something happens. What the hell? No.
No. Right.
But it's not legal in New York to leave them in the car like that, a 9-year-old.
No.
I don't know if it's legal here either.
I don't think
I think the age is like 12 or something like
13. I wouldn't leave my kids
that.
alone in the car.
Yeah, 13.
And
There's so many wackos out there today.
you could leave a kid home alone at 12 in Massachusetts. Well,
And plus,
there's
you
no
have a puppy and a young kid. That's just a double whammy.
Yeah.
But in the car, I don't think there is. You can't leave a kid in the car.
No, because somebody comes walking over to the car and goes to grab the 9-year-old. Well, she's not going to know what to do. She's too little to fight.
Right.
But there's still almost 25% that said he's not the a-hole. Just saying.
Oh. The girlfriend went to the bathroom and he went to get a drink. Okay. So he comes back with a drink. 15 minutes later?
Okay, let's get this. This is great. I don't know why we're getting all these parenting ones. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter she doesn't get to come home and start calling the shots? I have 3 children. 17-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl, and 13-year-old boy. My ex-wife and I separated shortly after our second daughter was born, and I had split custody until the girls were 9 or 10. My son with my current wife was 6. My ex was moving several states away, and we decided to let the girls pick which parent they wanted to live with full time. Obviously, we planned vacation visits and such. The oldest wanted to stay with me. The youngest went with her mom. Within a year, she decided She no longer wanted to fly to visit, and I was not welcome to stay in my ex's home and couldn't afford a hotel. So I hadn't seen her often over the past 6 years. I admit that falls on me. Last month, she messaged me and decided she wants to live here instead. We struggle financially. A few years ago and seriously downsized our house. It's now a 2-bedroom. My wife and I sleep on the couches, the oldest and youngest with their own rooms. I was hesitant, but after talking with my older daughter, agreed to have her come over and share with her sister. She arrived and immediately hated everything about the house. She doesn't like our decor, our furniture isn't comfortable, our house isn't clean enough, the food we make is weird, the air conditioning isn't strong enough. She's driving us a little mad. The biggest issue, however, is her despising sharing with her sister. She has Tourette's syndrome and makes noises constantly, but especially when she's sleeping. Younger daughter was aware before moving over. She does not stop complaining about it. She tells us to move our oldest and youngest into one room so that she can have the single room to herself. This isn't happening. Our son is autistic and is already struggling with her being there. Moving rooms isn't an option, as well as the fact that he's in the throes of puberty and we're trying to explain privacy to him. Having his own room is vital in this stage. It's her incessant complaining and ideas. My wife offered to give her the couch and share with my daughter. Instead, she refuses to sleep on the couch. I don't really blame her. They kill your back. I was getting stressed and tired, so yesterday I kind of exploded on her. I told her she was being a brat and that she didn't get to F off for 6 years, come home, and then run the house. She broke down and asked my ex to fly her back to them. Her flight's tomorrow. I have apologized to her. I'm not a yeller. I always prided myself on not yelling or hitting my kids, ever. Yesterday was the only time I have ever yelled. I have stood on my point, though, that she doesn't get to call the shots here. My ex is obviously angry, but she doesn't need an excuse to hurl insults at me. My wife has refused to weigh in on the situation, although I think she's secretly glad she's leaving. My parents were informed at some point and are very angry, but I don't tend to take their thoughts into account. I am feeling very guilty, however, and I'm worried I went too far for even the circumstances. Am I the a-hole? And then it says, edit. I did not abandon my daughter. I could not afford to fly out to see her, that I called her every day and texted constantly. I did not decide to have a third child while struggling. When we had him, we were financially stable. We didn't start struggling until he was a toddler. Okay.
Well, younger daughter's too used to being left to her own devices in her own room. I would have bought her a really good pair of earplugs.
I would have bought her a ticket and sent her back home to her mother.
Or that.
You know, she probably got to that age where her mother started telling her what she could and couldn't do.
Well, that's a
And she
big
thought it would be
transition at
easier to be
17
with
years
her
old to
father.
move into someone's house and then just, that's a big transition.
She probably thought she'd get away with more at her father's.
Yeah, it's a big transition. You're just going to go to a house you haven't been there in 6 years. He's got a new wife, kids, you don't know what, come on. Annie B says, sounds like she's a spoiled, rude brat. I think Annie B would have probably made her clean the horse stalls.
Again, I hear Lynx. Hi, Lynxie.
Do you hear him?
Yeah, I hear him purring. Hi, baby.
He's on my
Barb, the daughter needs an attitude adjustment and stat.
Oh, boy. I think I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm too soft. I'm too soft. Look at Lynxie. Look at the cozy baby. Hi, friend. Well, you got to see this
Okay,
cat.
let's have a different one that's not parenting. Am I the
gotta-
a-hole for calling out a girl for lying? Uh-oh. Sorry, this post has been removed. Wow. This must have been bad. It was here a minute ago. Okay.
See the kitty?
No.
Oh, I'm just going to show Nick. He'll come back.
All right, let's see.
There he is. See him. Oh.
Okay, this will be good. Am I the a-hole? I told my mom the major surgery I'm facing at 45 is a direct result of the surgery she made me get at 6. I'm 45 years old, a female, and I'm facing major surgery on my heel, ankle, and Achilles tendon. If physical therapy does not improve my current pain levels, I have what my podiatrist has described as one of the worst, they always do that, calcifications he has ever seen on my Achilles. There is a very high chance that with or without the surgery, I will lose my ability to walk. Surgery makes it less likely, but I will walk worse than normal, just hopefully without excruciating pain. The issue is causing my Achilles to not stretch properly and literally rip the top of my heel bone off slowly. Oh boy, I felt that in my heel bone. Any course my doctor and I take, I will lose at least some function of my foot. The calcifications are 100% a direct result of tendon lengthening surgery my mother made me get at 6 to fix flat feet. The flat feet never caused me any issues. My mother claims I walked on the outside edges of my feet, but regardless, it worked for me. In some ways, I feel like my mom wanted me to fix the flat feet because they did make it difficult for me to wear girly shoes and they didn't look normal, and I was a major tomboy. But that's besides the point. When I told my mom the doctor said my current issues were a direct result of the previous surgery, she got offended and said I was blaming her. She thinks it was a jerk move to bring the surgery 40 years ago up at all, even to my doctor. I think it was fairly important for my doctor to know, and I was simply stating a fact to her that had the lengthening of the tendon not been done, I would not have the calcification to the extent I have it. Am I the a-hole for telling my mom, not in these exact words, that her decision 40 years ago is causing me to now face potentially losing my ability to walk? To be clear, I don't think my mom is necessarily an a-hole for choosing the surgery back then. I do doubt her given reasons. Photos in my medical records don't fully support her claims. They paint a less severe picture, but I'm sure she's made the best decision for how she felt about it. Am I the a-hole? Let's see. Okay. On this one over here with the daughter moving in, am I the a-hole? No. Okay. That was 92. That was big. Okay, now.
Let's get a controversial one that we can get going. Let's something that we can not go crazy. That's not going to cause any division here. Let's just, but just we can, you know what I mean.
Something to sink our teeth into.
Yeah, that's a good way to put
What?
it, Sharon.
What? What did you say, Sharon? What did Sharon say?
Something
She
to
said-
sink your teeth into.
Oh,
Yeah, something
let's
to
see.
sink your teeth into. Nick loves your cat. Oh my God.
You see how he lays here? That's where he is every night. Gotta hold on to me.
Hey, he holds on to her. He kisses.
He's fluffy. He's big.
Yeah, he's a tuxedo. Those are the best ones.
Only he makes my hand go to sleep every night.
Yeah, he makes her hand go to sleep because he's laying
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
He's just staring at her. Look, he just stares right at her all day.
Looks like he has a big fluffy ear.
Mm. Look at him kissing her. He's kissing it. Oh.
Okay, how about this one? Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Oh, hold on.
The facilitator wants to know if you have a karaoke machine. Carol.
I do have a karaoke machine.
He said that he bet you did for some reason.
I do.
Okay, I don't. I do not. I'd love one. That's fun.
Trying to find something good. Okay, here we go. Here's one. Maybe this will start something. I don't know. Am I the a-hole for punishing both my kids? I'm 38-year-old male and I have two boys, Mark, 12, and Stephen, 16. Stephen recently came home past his curfew, but it's not a recurring issue. He's got good grades. He helps out around the house. He's generally respectful. He's a huge help, and because of that, we are a little lenient with him. Sometimes you're having a good time and time slips by, no biggie. Mark is also a great kid too, but he's been doing things that are just kind of conniving. First was Mark was going into Stephen's room. Mark told me with kind of a smirk that he found Stephen had a pile of dishes in his room, which wasn't allowed. Once you're done with your food, I expect you to bring your dishes down at the end of the day. I talked to Stephen about it and he apologized. His punishment? Washing his dishes by hand. We have a dishwasher, but I felt it was fitting to make him do it by hand. However, what concerned me was Mark shouldn't have been in Stephen's room in the first place. I get it, though. My older brother's room always seemed so cool when I grew up, but I told Mark to stay out of Stephen's room unless he has Stephen's permission. Another time, Mark came to us about Stephen playing an inappropriate game, Grand Theft Auto. My wife and I bought him the game. Mark didn't know about it because we didn't want him playing it and being exposed to that content yet. Mark was in Stephen's room watching him play the game. He stayed to watch him play and told us later that night. Yet again, it seemed that Mark was getting a kick out of telling us. I sat Stephen down and explained to him that while we were allowing him to have this game and are comfortable with him viewing mature material, I didn't want him exposing Mark to it. Lastly, was Stephen coming home late from his friend's house. Me and my wife knew he was late because when he gets home, he generally knocks on our door and lets us know. Plus, I heard him clumsily trying to sneak in without us noticing. My wife was asleep at the time, so I just pretended not to hear and let it slide. However, the next morning, Mark brings it up with a grin. I asked Stephen about it, and he admitted and apologized. I told him that if he was going to be late, he could have at least contacted us. I told him that he couldn't go out for the rest of the weekend. I knew he was using the weekend to study anyway. The thing is, I want my kids to stick together. I also didn't appreciate Mark telling on his brother to humor himself. So I told Mark that since he always enjoys telling on his brother so much, he's punished too. Same punishment. Especially since Stephen admitted to coming home at a time past Mark's bedtime. After the kids had dispersed, my wife told me she didn't approve. I explained that Mark is clearly getting a kick out of getting Stephen in trouble, but my wife explained that if Stephen was following the rules, he wouldn't get in trouble in the first place. She thinks it's unfair to Mark. I doubled down, and now my wife is obviously bothered by my decision and making it very clear. Am I the a-hole?
No.
Okay, let me go over here now. Could I shut this down? I've got to bring this up.
I mean, it sounds like the rules are age appropriate, so.
Well, I can't hear you, Sharon.
It sounds like the rules are age appropriate.
Right, and so should the younger one be punished for tattling? Didn't the Bradys have this situation? Somebody was a tattletale. Cindy was a tattletale, wasn't she?
Pain in the neck, anyway.
Yeah, but no, they had a whole episode about Cindy tattling on everybody,
Yeah.
and then everybody got punished.
I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah, Cindy was tattling on everybody.
And then she tattles on Alice.
Oh, right. That's right. And everybody was resentful, right? She tattled on Alice about what was that about? Something about Sam or something?
Settled on
Yeah,
Alice.
that she.
I don't remember that one.
Remember when, what's his name, had to put his clothes in the washing machine? He put too much soap?
Peter.
Was it Peter or was it Bobby? Wasn't
Oh.
it Bobby with the uniform?
Oh, it
He
was
went, he
Bobby,
got somebody's
yes.
cat out of somewhere?
Yeah, he climbed a tree and he was going to be the crossing guard or something.
Yeah, and he had to
right?
wash his thing, and yeah. And remember
That
when they got in
trunk?
that TV commercial and they all wanted to get real dirty and they get the detergent to make it clean? They're like, no! And they're
Yeah,
like,
that
"But we-"
stressed me out a little bit. Like, why would they do that?
Cindy was a tattletale, yeah. So they're saying no, they think both kids should have been punished. So you think the tattletale should have been punished?
I think the
Yeah, well-
tattletale should have been talked to and said, hey, you know,
He seemed to be getting too much
They're
pleasure
already
out
going to
of
have
getting
resentment because
rubbing
the
trouble.
older one's going to be like, yeah, you always tattled on me. You had to tell them everything.
all right.
And the little one probably goes, I'll tell Dad.
Mm-hmm.
You better do that or I'll tell Dad. Yeah.
I'm going to tell Dad.
Okay, go right ahead.
I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell them what you
That's what I'm
did.
saying.
That's teaching a kid to be a little manipulator.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Little blackmailer.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't want me to,
Huh.
this is what
You
can
better
do
be
to
nice
me.
to me. I'll tell him.
Right. Or I'll tell.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I know all about that.
We did have a certain amount of honor among thieves, so to speak, where we didn't tattle on one another too much. Didn't make any difference. I got blamed for everything anyway. If I'd set a good example.
Okay.
There you go, right? There you go.
Here we go. Am I the a-hole for giving my wife bad news while she was in the mental hospital? Oh, gosh.
Yes. I don't even know.
My
I don't
wife,
need to know what it
Maggie,
is.
35, has BPD, PTSD, and OCD. She is also sterile for reasons relating to her PTSD. She has always wanted kids, but she couldn't have her own, and because of her mental health issues, we were not approved for adoption. I have spent the last 10 years coddling her every time someone has a baby, and we're at that age group where that's a lot of people. The one good thing is that my family seemed like it would never have any grandkids because my sister, Ella, 30, said she would never even think of having kids. They even bonded over never having kids, and Ella was very supportive. About 6 months ago, my wife had a mental breakdown after losing her job, which resulted in an attempt. So the ER doc recommended that time in a mental health facility. They told my wife that she would be in there for a week. I call and visit my wife daily when she is in one of the facilities. Well, on day 3 of her being in the hospital, Ella called me. She was pregnant. I told her I was happy for her, and she asked me to tell Maggie so she had time to process. I honestly had a panic attack. I couldn't handle the thought of telling my wife this. She was going to be crying nonstop and begging to die, and I just couldn't handle it. So I went to visit her on day 4, and I told her at the hospital. She was stunned, started crying immediately. The time I could visit her was up, so they said we had to leave, and I left. I figured they were better equipped to deal with her than me. She refused to speak to me.
Wow.
She refused to speak to me every other day she was there. When I picked her up, she said she would never forgive me for that. She said she had a panic attack and was forcibly sedated. She said it was horrible and invasive. I apologized and explaining myself, and she said I let her down. Well, Ella's pregnancy is rounding out, and Maggie has been distant. And at a recent family event, Ella said to Maggie she really loves her and hopes it hasn't been too hard. And Maggie said it would have been easier if not for what I did. Ella said what that was, and she told her the whole tragic story. My family heard, and they all immediately called me an a-hole. I tried explaining myself, but they wouldn't listen. The only person who's siding with me is my dad, and Maggie is back to not talking to me. I really don't think what I did was wrong. I'm not trained on how to handle this, and how was I supposed to know that the facility would react the way they did? Am I the a-hole?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Oh. Do you think he is, Carolyn? You do, right?
Yeah.
He didn't want the responsibility of dealing with the fallout or the aftermath, so he figured, I'll just do it while she's in here. They can cope with it. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
See, now, what I would have done if I was him, I wouldn't have told her anything, and I would have told the sister, you can tell her when she's out of the hospital, you come over and you tell your sister yourself.
Yep, and then she'll be back in the hospital, but at least he didn't. Yeah, but that's a better way to do it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
That's mean, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of mean.
She was struggling already, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, he was probably afraid once she came home and he told her if she had that breakdown there with him, with, you know, the panic attacks and all that stuff, he was afraid of how to handle it then.
Well, I think he knew what the fallout would be from him telling her at home.
He
And,
didn't
yeah,
deal
just
with
should have
it.
told her.
He didn't want to deal with it. He wanted the facility to deal with it. He
Yep.
just laid it on her at that time because he figured, well, visiting time is over. Now they can deal with it. He was definitely a jerk for that.
Okay. Am I the a-hole for snapping at my husband? My husband Jim and I have an almost 3-month-old baby boy, Dev. Jim is a perfectionist, and lately he's been frustrated because he feels I'm slacking on staying on top of things around the house and tells me that there's no excuse for the house to not stay immaculate at all times. Dev is the best baby, but he does not sleep at night. My 3rd trimester was rough, and it's been nearly 6 months since I've slept through the night. Dev is breastfed, so I do all the overnights with him while Jim sleeps. He typically sleeps 8 to 10 hours a night. I also take care of Dev during the day. Jim takes Dev for about an hour or so when he gets home, and I use that time to try and rush to catch up on chores, so Jim and I don't argue. Jim is quick to point out when I don't do something. For example, in the kitchen, I'll wash dishes, clean the stove, wipe the counters and table, organize the pantry, sweep the floor, but I won't have the energy to mop. Instead of acknowledging all I do around the house, Jim constantly points out what I don't do. I see you can't be bothered to mop the floor. It must be nice to do nothing all day. I wish I could stay home and be lazy. You have no excuse for this. And it goes like that across all the household chores. I try to explain to Jim I'm constantly exhausted. I'm dealing with chronic pain issues, Ehlers, Danlos, osteoarthritis, POTS, MCAS, gastroparesis, and neuropathy. Plus, I've struggled on and off for years with anxiety, depression, and PTSD. I have a therapist. Jim points out that when he's at home, he does his share of the chores with no problem, and he works full time. So me being home all day means I should be able to do everything just by myself and take the stress off of him. When Jim gets mad, he gets very snarky too. He'll ask me if I'm capable of taking care of Dev since I'm obviously inept at taking care of the house. He says he hopes I don't neglect Dev like I neglect my other responsibilities. And then he will take Dev and leave if I don't get my act together and start doing better, and it goes on. I finally got fed up, and I snapped at Jim to shut up and leave me alone. And then he gets actual sleep every night, and he has far more energy than I do. I'm doing my best, and I'm sorry if it's not good enough, but please leave me alone about it. Jim got upset. He accused me of attacking him when he's just trying to help and make sure I don't forget what needs to be done. And he doesn't know if he wants to stay in a relationship with someone who attacks him that way and clearly doesn't care about anything in life. Am I the a-hole?
That would be
No.
a big no.
No, because she's not getting any sleep every night, and he gets his full 8 to 10 hours of sleep, so of course he's got the energy to do whatever he has
Exactly.
to do. Where she's more or less zombified. I only know this because remember I said
Oh.
my daughter was a preemie and
Oh, what's happening?
had to be fed every hour and a half.
Something's happening.
Exactly.
What's happening?
Oh, the facilitator gave 50 memberships.
Oh my God! Again? Oh my
Karen
gosh.
McCann. That's great. Fiddle Dee, Earth Angel, new member. My Mystified. Who's that?
Congratulations.
Lena, Bailey MF. Calla Lily. Oh, hi, Calla Lily. Got a membership. Blueberry, you got a membership. Hurricane Hunter. You got a membership. Angel of L, you got a membership. Kate of Olive Vintage, you got a membership. Good Night Gracie was gifted a membership. That's great.
Wow.
Awesome.
That was really
Awesome.
nice. That was really
Thank
nice.
you.
I don't know. Facilitator. You know what's
Facilitator.
very kind? I got a Chromebook.
How come
and
Barb Olson doesn't get a membership? Barb, you've got to accept something. Barb, go up on top of where the gift is and click the gift and accept it.
Yeah, click the gift and accept it.
I think you have to click that gift or something up on top and say accept gifts from this channel or something.
That was really nice.
That was nice.
That's very nice. Click
That's really cool.
Oh, I'm not in the top chat. Hold on. Do you see it, Barb?
I'm not in top chat either.
You have to go up and click on it. Annie B. No, she's one. Cal Lily got that. Okay.
You have to, I don't even have it on my phone or my Chromebook.
Oh,
what
I know where it is. Wait, no. Maybe the three. No. It's not that. It's somebody says you've got to go up there and accept to. Oh, Barb Olson got it.
She got it!
She got it, and so did Patty Clark. Yay,
Congratulations!
Barb Olson got it. Wonderful. Yay, you've got to accept the gifts.
Okay, that's cool.
Cool.
You look nice in green, Barb. You
Barb
too,
got one.
Patty. All
Great.
of you guys, congratulations.
Now you can come to a movie night, Barb.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
And facilitator, you're always invited. So
Uh-huh.
anytime.
Yes, Reba.
That'd be pretty funny if facilitator.
Click
is-
present at top to allow gifts. So where's Jeanette? She won't accept a membership.
No, Jenny.
Pitbull got a membership. Great. Welcome, Pitbull. Great.
Welcome. Say Jeanette. She doesn't. She's being stubborn. He says.
I know.
Oh, she won't. She won't. And he wants her to, but she won't. Keep trying, facilitator. Keep trying. Don't give up.
Well, I mean, if she doesn't want to do
Well,
it,
I
she
know,
doesn't
but
do
just
it.
just keep it an open
Who's
heart.
the other person that want, oh, someone's here. Patty. Who's Patty?
That-
Maybe
I
it's Pet.
No, Patty. Well, you can't.
It's probably Petty Patty. That's probably who it is. Petty Patty.
Patty?
Yeah.
Didn't you say Patty Smith or something like that?
I don't
Let me just get
know.
ready in case Patty's in.
You better believe
Patty, are you there? Patty. Patty,
I
Patty.
They don't have a camera.
Patty, Patty. Jessica Rosenfeld. Look at that.
Congratulations, Jessica.
Patty, Patty.
Good to see you. Oh my gosh.
Patty. Patty, would you please answer?
Or I'm gonna have to take you out if you don't.
Can you tell me who you are, Patty?
Give them a minute. Give them a minute. Just give
Yeah.
them
Patty? Hello, Patty. Is that Petty Patty? Which Patty is that?
I don't know who it is. Oh,
If you don't answer, Patty, I'm going to have to eject you from the meeting.
I'm taking a moment.
Are you there, Patty? Patty?
Hi.
Is that Patty? Patty, I'm going to need to hear your voice, Patty.
She typed in, I'm here.
I know, but I need to hear her voice. I need to know what Patty she is. Patty? Patty?
They might be having trouble because their camera's not working. Look,
Yay! Was gifted a membership. Welcome, Yay.
If you guys, I guess it's not working. It's not, they don't have the,
Patty, can you just type in what Patty you are? Just type it into the chat so I can see what Patty you are.
yeah, just type it into the chat and it's all good.
Let me see what Patty you are.
Patty
Patty Clark. Oh, you're Patty Clark. Okay.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Patty
All
Clark,
right.
can you say hello?
With your mic, like, okay, so, oh boy. All right, so
Talking to you.
connect, she has to use her Wi-Fi to connect her stuff and she hasn't done
Look
that.
at Emmy. Take them down.
Oh my gosh, that's okay. It's okay.
Patty, can you put your camera on for a minute? It's not going to be on YouTube. It's only us. We're off on the side. Can you just show me that you're a real person? Patty Clark is safe?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what.
Patty
yeah.
Clark is
Okay.
safe, says the facilitator. So
Thank you. So
Okay,
you're fine.
facilitator.
You're cool. You're
All right.
cool. Yeah. Yep.
Patty Clark is safe, he says. Okay.
Okay, you're cool. Just you can hang out. Stay up here. It's cool.
Don't take off your clothes, Patty. Please.
I just have a feeling they're fine. They're fine. The facilitator says they're fine. They're fine.
What
All
kind
right.
of device are you on, Patty?
Green suits you. Yes. Jeanette, will you accept the gift, please? Just accept the gift, please, Jeanette.
Jeanette, I would buy her.
Jeanette, please. I would like you to have the gift. Could you please accept it?
Carolyn is asking, Jeanette.
Please, Jeanette. Just accept the gift. Think about it this way, Jeanette. If you accept the gift, then we know at least it didn't go on a troll that likes to watch us, and it went to a person that really supports the channel.
And that we really love and that we really care
Oh,
about.
you said Patty was okay. You have no idea about Patty. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
well, I mean, I just got a good feeling. So let's just go with it. It's fine. Let's just go with it. You're not doing anything bad.
no is no. Thank you. Oh, Jeanette.
Okay.
Jessica, it's good to see you. I was just thinking about you the other day.
Who?
Jessica Rosenfield.
Oh.
Wondering how Snow the kitty is. And how she is, too. And the dog.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are. I never met them.
Yeah,
Jessica
Oh.
Rosenfield.
Yeah.
I never met them.
I'm getting tired.
Is Rosenfield still here? I don't know. She's here, but I don't. Let me see. Hi, Wendy Dickerson.
Oh my gosh.
Kate of Olive Vintage. Angel Lavelle. Hurricane Hunter. Booberry. Calla Lily. Bailey MF Vexed. Lena, Mystified, Earth Angel. Oh, that's a hater. I think so.
Will you be
Fiddle DDD.
Oh, jeez.
Save that one as well. Karen McCann, she's a long time good person. Barb Olson got one.
Karen's on my Facebook. Mm-mm.
Yeah, Karen's on my Instagram. Ask Patty to come back. Her audio isn't working. I think that's Kevin, right?
That is
He
Kevin.
he comes in with the situation.
Yep, he comes in with the situation. That's Kevin's messages, yes.
Okay.
Patty, can you come back because
Patty, can you come back and get your audio working? We do need your audio working.
Try to come back in, Patty, okay? All right? So just click at the top.
Oh, wait, Teresa, get a membership. Accept the membership. Teresa, don't leave. Get your membership.
No, wait, Teresa. Where's
Teresa, wait, go get your membership. Accept the memberships.
I don't even see her in the chat.
She's right there, Teresa Glean. Go up on top and accept gifts from this channel. Click the present and say accept gifts from this channel so you can get a membership. Oh, wait a minute. What is my last? Can I ask what is my last grenade? What do you mean that got the alligator as membership? What is my last grenade? Wait, I'm lost. What is my last grenade?
Oh, I think he's saying that he got it loud and clear last time about everything that came out, all the snakes in the grass last time. He's asking, what is my last grenade that got the alligator as membership?
Was it my last grenade?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
It was. Yep. The first one you did. The first grenade you threw. That one.
Yep.
Or was that snow remover's gift? No, it
was
definitely wasn't snow remover's gift because it came after that.
It came with the grenade. I know
was
it
definitely
That got alligator to be a
Come out.
member. Or was that no? Right.
was the first one.
Oh, you say thankfully? Yeah.
Yeah.
Remove
this is-
Patty.
Oh, Patty's coming back now, right?
But Kevin wants us to Patty, I'm going to have to remove you. If I remove you, you can't come back to the office. So it's better for you to leave yourself and then collect your audio.
Yeah, go click at the top, the red button that says leave, and just come right back in. Because if we remove you,
Well, I'll put her in the waiting room. Don't let her back in until Patty, you have to leave and you have to reconnect your audio. We do need to hear you or see you. Sorry, Patty.
it's just it's been a little crazy lately, you know.
Oh, you know what?
What?
How old is
Sharon,
this
you are
thing?
so low I can't hear you.
Go the other side of it.
How's that?
Way better.
Oh, hi 61. Yeah, why can't he get one? They're not. What I think is happening is they're not here right now and they have to accept it.
They might get an email. Check your emails, guys. That's what happens, I think. You can get an email that says
Yeah,
that
you've
you
got
were
new
just in the
emojis.
membership.
People, yeah.
Oh, how old is the Zoom?
How old is who?
The Zoom.
Oh, well,
I
we're
feel
going to have
like
to
it's
start a new one.
Like one.
I
or
know, we're going to have to
something.
start a new one. I know.
Yeah.
I have to do boxes tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm responding to, Jeanette. Hopefully he can have one. Hi 61, do you hear us? Accept your gifts.
Hi 61 to the office to accept your gifts, please. It's at the top of the screen. Click the present, and you will be present. Leave a member.
Interesting. But that's very nice, and I appreciate that you wrote me that note in there, because I do save that and refresh it for notes.
It's good. Yeah. I need to keep my notes or make notes, or I forget often.
So don't anybody be shocked if the Zoom should just suddenly just disappear. It will come back.
Well, if it disappeared, that's probably just
Oh.
Carolyn, and then we'll have to.
Why don't we read one more thing now? Let's see.
All
Everybody
right.
said that snapping at the husband, that was all. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, go. Let's do one more. Make it good. Good. Try to make it really good.
Oh. What we got here?
There's no way I'm going to phone that check. Fucking you.
Look at that. Someone talking?
That's not a turkey.
Oh yeah, it's Joel. See, you hear him. You
Oh,
do.
I know,
hear-
that was weird. Okay, here, let's try this one. Am I the a-hole for starting a bathroom remodel for my daughter completely free and stopping and pulling materials after her husband slammed the door in my face? Okay, my daughter was pregnant and wanted her bathroom redone. I have 2 contractors who are very close friends of mine. I offered to remodel her bathroom 5 months ago, but her husband declined. Then a month before she was due, they asked who just became a member.
Who just became a member? I don't know who just became. Kelly Schweigart.
Oh, Kelly Schweihart.
And
Welcome.
Andrea.
And who?
Andrea.
Oh, welcome, Andrea.
Welcome, Andrea.
I offered to remodel her bathroom 5 months ago, but her husband declined. Then a month before she was due, they asked if I could do it. I scheduled it with contractors, even though she was very close to her due date. We told her she should wait. Regardless, she wanted to move forward. We started on Saturday, and Wednesday night she tells us she's being induced the next day. We work as fast as we can to get to the point where we're hooking up the toilet and ready to set the tub. Then the contractor that does the plumbing gets COVID. So with a newborn at home by Saturday, I don't want them in the house, obviously. So the daughter and the husband come home Saturday morning, and I suppose the guys didn't sweep well enough, and so she loses her shite. She starts crying about how the bathroom isn't done and the house is a wreck. Spoiler, they live in filth. It was always a wreck. Anyway, I wait till Monday to reach out to her to see if we can come over to finish. And she tells me they already have a guy coming over to install the toilet and that she would like her keys back. I drive over to drop off the keys, and her husband is waiting for me at the door. He grabs the keys and slams the door in my face. Okay. So my daughter texts me later that day, and she tells me she's going to have a contractor finish the rest because we lied to her about the timeline, and I'm holding this project over her head. I'm furious now, so I calmly tell her that I will be back that day to pick up anything that hasn't been installed, and they can finish it as they see fit. I figure if her husband can slam a door in my face when I am trying to gift a $10,000 to $15,000 remodel to them, that I don't need to supply materials for this anymore, and they can figure it out for themselves. He then texts me, F you! You ruined my paternity time. I want nothing to do with you. You'll never see your granddaughter again. A lower string of insults, but you get the picture. I calmly responded to him that it sucks to use your kids as a weapon on their grandparents, but he had to do what he had to do. And now his mom is calling us because she cannot afford the remodel, and he stays off from work, like if he stays off from work when like planned. My thought is, why should I gift anything to a guy who I've already given tens of thousands of dollars in assistance when he talks to me like that? I feel like I'd be a chump. Also, side note, we offered to have them stay with us while the bathroom was being completed. It would have been done 3 days later than expected. Am I the a-hole? Well, I say no.
No. I
Not
say
at all.
no also.
My gosh, I thought I was on mute, and I was looking at unmute, and I wasn't even on mute. No, I don't. I agree with you guys. Sorry for being off of mute that long. You probably heard the TV the whole time.
Okay, let's see now. So, who did we get? We got,
All right, ladies, I'm gonna say goodnight.
all right, good night,
Bye.
Bucky and
Good night,
Kelly
see you
Sweetheart
tomorrow.
got that, and Andrea was
Good night,
grifted.
everyone.
Grifted a membership.
Sweet dreams,
Did
Bucky
you hear
Ann.
what I just
Sweet
said?
Thank
Did you hear
you.
what I just said?
Good night,
Andrea
Jack.
was grifted a membership.
We love feelings.
Gifted. Gifted.
And Lindsay loves everyone there.
Welcome, Kelly Sweetheart. And hi, Misbehave. You don't know who? I don't know. Alyssa, get a membership. Alyssa, go accept it at the top. Accept gifts, Alyssa. I can't talk tonight. I feel like something's wrong
Maybe
with me.
it's not Elisa. It's Alyssa.
Alyssa.
Yeah. It's a pretty name.
I said, Alyssa,
Mm-hmm.
go accept your membership. Go up to the top and click a present and say accept gifts from this channel. Accept
must
the
be-
gifts, Alyssa.
Accept your gifts.
Alyssa, accept your gifts. Go ahead.
Okay. You're saying okay, accept it. Right at the top.
At the
present.
top, Alyssa.
What's in the box? There's memberships in the box.
Yeah, see? You've got to accept your gifts. Welcome, Alyssa.
Welcome.
How come she doesn't have a little thing? Alyssa, type something.
She has a thing. I see it.
I don't see her pineapple badge.
I see it. I see it right here on mine. I see it on mine.
They have to form opinions about everything you say and do. LOL. Everything that happens in here. Oh, I know. I live in every one of their heads. That's the way it is.
I don't mind. I mean, for me, personally, whatever.
I'm pressing the button. Okay, you got it. You've got it. You've got it.
You got it.
You've got it, baby.
Anything you want,
You got it. Anything you got it.
Anything at all, you got it.
Why doesn't Deborah Vancouver did have one?
She's a ret. She's
Doesn't matter. Deborah Vancouver didn't accept your membership.
Deborah Vancouver didn't a member already, isn't she?
No, Deborah Vancouver didn't accept your membership. Click the top.
Wait a minute. That's so strange. I swear Deborah Vancouverman was a member.
Click your thing. Click your thing. Deborah Vancouver didn't click your gifts. And where can Adventures with Beth? She's like, she has a business thing or something. I don't think that.
Is she, I don't know.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, I almost dropped my lipstick.
Be careful.
I don't have it on my iPad.
Oh,
Deborah, what other device do you have? Can you get on your phone?
I don't know if she has.
Patty's in the waiting room.
She has to get her. Yeah, she's.
She won't answer me, so I need her to answer me. And then somebody was jumping on saying, get Patty down until she answers. It's supposedly it's going to be a great weekend. Yes! I like great weekends, don't you? What's her name's going to the auction tomorrow? Yes! That's a good Sunday.
Hi, Happy.
Hi, Happy Bunny. How are ya?
That's a cute name.
Oh, a happy bunny. You're the little happy bunny.
Nespresso isn't a real espresso machine. No, it is not.
No.
I don't want one of those. They're overpriced and they're kind of crappy. Why? No offense to anybody that has one.
Be our guest. Be our guest. Espresso is just a pod. It's just like a Keurig kind of thing.
Yeah, it's all they do is it's
more
just
frothy.
4 ounce. It's like a 4 ounce coffee. It's a very, very strong coffee. They just use that's all it is. It's not a real espresso machine. I already looked into it and
Is
we
it
have the
working?
same thing.
Click the gift. Click accept gifts. Hubby
Yeah.
is taking our whole family out to Olive Garden for lunch today. Can't wait. Oh, that's a great weekend, Farm White. That sounds
nice.
fun. Happy Bunny doesn't have a membership. Happy Bunny, click accept gifts. Yeah, those capsules are exactly. If you really like espresso, you want a big machine, they have really good machines for that. They're like $1,800 and up, if you're serious about it. I know how to use them from down at the restaurant. The restaurant one, they have a crazy one down there. Click on the present to allow the gifts. Click on the present to allow the gifts. I clicked it. Hi, Foxy in the Boxy.
Hi, Foxy. It's nice to see you.
The pods cost more. The pods are, yeah, those pods are, I think they're like expensive, and you can't get them everywhere. You just can't go to your local store and get them. That's what kind of sucks. I don't think they're not, Kevin. They're not. Absolutely not. I can see. There's plenty more to be given. So maybe refresh, Deborah. Go out and come in. Go out and come in. I wish Deborah. I wish Jeanette would go get one. She won't.
Well,
She
you
won't
know, you
listen.
can
That's not the point. The point is
do it.
you can't be a coffee snob. Exactly. I understand that. Believe
Yeah,
me.
who says they're no? I mean, yeah, you're not a coffee snob if you're using an espresso.
No.
You're just what?
I believe. Oh, there, Deborah got one. Yay, Deborah got one. No, you're not, because I was with a coffee snob, and I know exactly what that is. And it's like this person would go to every restaurant. I'm talking like back in the 80s, and restaurants in New York City and New Jersey, and say, I'd like an espresso, and they were used to these cafes that they worked in like during college in New York City, these really the huge espresso machines. So they would take the first 15 drops of the espresso from the machine, and they would try to explain this to people like in a restaurant in the food court at Bloomingdale's, okay? And I'd be like, oh my gosh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And they'd say, you have espresso? They said, yes. Well, what kind of machine do you have? They wouldn't even have a clue. And I want the first 15 drops of the espresso. Just like every single time. That's a coffee snob. That's a coffee snob.
And would you have to sit there and count the drops?
Well, they would say, like, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. And then we'd go through the whole thing, and then I'd say, I don't think they have that kind of machine that you're talking about here. I think they just have, like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know what it's like to be with a coffee snob. First 15 drops. But I would cringe every time because I knew that the people that there didn't have any idea. Members have, yeah, we're going to an auction tomorrow. Auction tomorrow, a live auction with Linda. Going to the live auction with Linda. Jeanette. Hold on a minute, I have to get a little coffee. So that was good. We got Deborah. Deborah, bring my tea. One more question. Go ahead, shoot. Thank you for the memberships. I'm sure that what's happening is there's people that don't have them enabled. So by tomorrow, it will gift them the memberships. The ones that like aren't up now, that are, happen to be sleeping. Have you noticed? Have you noticed those people don't actually mind being angry? Oh, they love being angry. All they are is angry and bitter.
Say that's what they want.
Which, you know what I don't understand? They always go like this, think, I'm angry and bitter. I'm not angry and bitter. I'm not at all. That'll eat you up outside, and the inside come out to your outside. I can't waste my time being like that. Not at all. They're the ones that are bitter or angry, and they just project it.
Misery loves company.
Well said. You can't focus on those things. Like,
It's a place to gather, lick their wounds, and bitch and moan about somebody. And they enjoy that. That's pleasurable. And that really, you know what? You have to pity them because it's really sad, right? Because they really don't have much going on in their life. Not too much.
yeah, I feel bad. I do feel bad for people like very bad.
For what?
I feel very bad for people like that because they
Yeah,
could be
they don't have a
enjoying
life, and then their life is going to run out on them, and that's what they did with their life. It's really
Maybe they'll see different. I just hope that
Well, you know,
maybe they will. Maybe they will. I mean, there's still hope, though.
there's always
they-
hope where there's life, but life is short.
It sure is.
But they don't mind being angry. They wake up every morning with the urge to wound. Exactly. I don't know what kind of pleasure comes out of that. I really don't. Because you can't deep down feel you're a good person even though you try to pretend you are. You know deep down you're a shite.
True.
Be happy you don't know true crime, girl. Be happy. Remember that thing? In came the lady with the alligator purse. Out said the doctor, out said the nurse, out said the lady with the alligator purse. Jimmy said the doctor, Jimmy said the nurse. Jimmy said the lady with the alligator purse. The gift was at the top all along. You never could noticed it? I think those people have mental problems. Instead of getting help they need, it's easier to gain comfort in hurting others, I think. Yeah, I think so. And others like telling them, no, it's not you. No, it's not you. You know. Oh, Alyssa got hers, right? There we go. Kelly's sweetheart got hers. So I wish Jeanette would get hers. Bucky was selling a purse. Oh yeah, Bucky was selling a purse.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
What does that mean?
It didn't get sold.
That was last week. I mean, Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
When her son took off.
Yeah, but
Right.
she didn't show up tonight now.
Oh, did somebody want it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, the alligator purse.
Yeah, alligator purse.
Right. The alligator purse.
Jeanette, go get a membership.
Jeanette, I wish you would get a membership. I'm not going to bother you though. I'm not going to bother you though. Thanks for tolerating this, MRB. Just had to say. Not even done yet. But you know. Oh gosh, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, and I know everybody appreciates it, and we try to do as much as we can for the members. We really do try to do something for our members, not just nothing. Yeah, look, Kevin's asking you, Jeanette, just become a member.
Wonder why you don't want to, Jeanette.
I don't know why she doesn't want to.
If she doesn't, she doesn't. I would not.
Jeanette says no. It's just
Then that, no.
that's
No
it.
is no.
You're not going to change her. She's stubborn as a mule. She will not
No.
listen. Stubborn.
Oh, sorry, Sonny.
Sunny, what happened to Sunny? Oh, your cat is Sunny. Sunny, bunny, funny. She's a very independent woman, true crime girl. I don't know. She's very independent. She doesn't want anybody to do anything for her. And she sticks to her word. She's not a flip-flopper. Jeanette is not a flip-flopper.
No, that's true.
That is true. Jeanette has never flipped or flopped, not even one time.
No.
Not a flip-flopper. That's the other thing with social media. So many people flip and flop. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Go the way the wind blows, or what they think you want to hear.
I've never seen people without a moral compass as you do on YouTube.
Oh my God, it's everywhere online. I mean, it's just everywhere.
You know? Because people will sit with you and say, like, XYZ, that's disgusting, or that's so wrong. This is so wrong. And then they have, like, some type of mental illness, and then something happens, and then they decide, you know what I'm going to do? Like most people will say, you don't change, this is what I don't understand. You don't change your character because you're either get mad at somebody or something. It doesn't make you be a person you're not. So if you completely turn around and become a different person, then there's something wrong with you.
No, you don't become a different person. You were always that crappy person.
That's what I'm saying. There's something wrong with you. You were always a crappy person. You were trying to be a good person, but you couldn't be a good person. So then you went back to be a crappy person.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
So I admire Jeanette. She's never flipped and flopped. Your nose are endearing. Yeah, she's just very independent. She can't get the mic to work. Yeah, Patty, if you can hear us, can you please get your mat to work? I don't like crappy people, Kelly Sweetheart. Either do I, Kelly Sweetheart. And I don't like liars and people that are not who they say they are. And people who stab you in the back. And people who try to turn their ugliness around and try to make you be the ugly one. Not good. You just have to be true to who you are. And I believe if you are true to who you are, people will see it.
Mm-hmm.
And people could say everything in the world about you, your true colors will shine. Yeah, I guess we'll stop bothering her, Rotocliffe. I can't stand that name because I keep saying like rotator cuff surgery when I see that name. I wish you would just use the facilitator. I don't know why you won't use it.
Because it's rotocuff. That's what I
yeah, it is. They try to be as cruel as they can. Yeah, they, of course. They take a pleasure in it. They take such pleasure in it. It's sad. It really is. It really is sad. Especially the ones that are like older.
Their problem.
In their 70s, 75, almost 80 years old. And you're that sick and cruel. There's something wrong. So something must have really, really happened that has so damaged people like that. And it's like, can you imagine their families and what they've had to put up with? And it's sick. And they can't feel good. I don't believe unless they are seriously so mentally ill that they're really able to delude themselves that you could never feel good about yourself at the end of the day. Not really deep down.
No, I don't believe that those people think that they're good at the end of the day deep down at all.
I think they delude themselves. They try to surround themselves with people they can lick their wounds with and humor them and tell them that. But I don't think they really believe it and deep down. And that's why they're miserable. Because if they're so happy, you'd be happy. They are stuck in anger. Exactly. I mean, it's horrible, anger and hatred. They call it righteous anger, but that does the truth make someone? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Especially when everything they say is a lie. They say X, Y, Z are so hateful and they're stuck in hate and they hate everything and they're bitter and they're this and that, when they're the ones that are bitter and this and that. And they have no self-awareness of who they are and what they do. It's sad, it really is. And be lucky you're not those people. The torturous existence. Miserable, absolutely miserable.
Not worth it.
Yes, let me see here. So tomorrow is the auction, and tomorrow, Monday, is the trial again. I don't know how that trial is going to go.
Wait. Tomorrow's an auction? We just didn't.
No, Linda's going to go to the live auction.
Oh, that bad. Yeah, okay.
Linda and Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Linda and Tina are going to go to the live auction.
All right.
And that'll be nice.
Yeah. I got about 2 hours sleep, so I'm not.
You what? You got about 2
I
hours
will
sleep?
not be getting up. Yeah, no, I didn't sleep last night. I will not be going to the auction.
You won't be going to the auction?
Oh, no. Not unless I can't sleep again, and then I'll be in the loony bin. So.
The light. Look at the light.
I'll sit with you, share the bin for a weekend. Why
What?
not?
Mhm.
You said, Sharon, you said if you stay up too long, you'll end up at the loony bin. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I
The
did.
Looney.
I said I'll check into the bin with you for a weekend.
Thanks. I'd appreciate the
Hey,
company.
girl, I got you. I'll be in
Thank
there.
you.
Why
Oh,
not?
Kevin says the Zoom needs
Oh,
restarted.
let me
before
start the
they end
resume.
live
Oh,
stream.
isn't that funny? Oh, did you hear what I just said?
What?
I didn't
The
even mean
resume?
to. It's my. I said resume. It's time to
Resume the
resume.
Zoom.
Oh, that's cool.
That's gonna. Yeah, it's time to resume.
I'm telling you, it's gonna croak on its own.
All right, so
anyway.
I'm gonna resume it right now, and I'll stay online until we resume it.
Okay, let's use that.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm going to just stay right there. Don't freak out, okay? I just have to start a new Zoom. Is that my Zoom? Resume, I like that. It's time to resume. I don't want to return to the meeting. I want to start a new meeting. Okay. I don't want to return to it. I don't want to return to it. I want to start a new meeting. I don't want to return to the meeting. I want to start a new meeting. There we go. I'll be there in a second. I want to start a new meeting. Let me start a new meeting. Hold on a minute, guys. It'll be live in a second. It's giving me a problem. Can you believe February's almost over? You're like, yeah, I know. Next month is spring. I always say if I get through January and then next month is spring. Next month is spring. You have a meeting is currently in progress. Please end it to start a new meeting. End other meeting. Uh-oh, somebody just became a member as I ended the meeting. End other meeting. This is my new meeting. Okay, I've got to shut this. This is my new meeting. Now, don't tell me it's not going to let me put my camera on. hate that when it does that. Why does it do that? It's not going to let me put my camera on now. Okay. Let me get the invite. Okay, so for members, the member link is in the community tab on YouTube. Copy the invitation. Copy the invitation. I'm sorry, everything is, I can't get back anywhere. I'm gonna have to close some things up here. Hold on a minute, let me close this app. Close it up, close it up. I wanna listen. It's not listening to me. Close. I can't even see the live chat or anything, guys. Trying to get there. I wanted to see who the new member is. And I want to post the number. What is it, baby? What'd you hear? You hear something? What you hear? Oh my goodness gracious. So I have to go over here. I am so sorry. I am going to be in the live chat soon. I hate when I... Okay. Gotta go with this one. Okay. And it was Summerwell's birthday yesterday, right? Understand one of that. Poor little girl. Where is she? All right, let's see. I've got to go back over here. I've got to put the number into the Slack attack, though I don't even see that. I put it on the community tab. Now let's see. There you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to try to get back to the chat, which I think is over here. Over here. There we go. Okay, so Deborah Ferris. Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time, Deborah Ferris. You were gifted a membership. Congratulations. Congratulations. Pipple, you go to Carolyn's channel, and there you will get an email too. Okay. Margot. Sharon. I'm just going to make Sharon a host.
Thank you.
There you go.
And I'll take care of everybody else.
Christina Ferrari, get a membership. Christina Ferrari, go to the top. There's a present. Click accept gifts.
Sharon. Just going to make Sharon a host. There you go.
And I'll take care of everybody else.
Are we off the live?
No, not
Get
yet.
a membership. Christina Ferrari, go to the top. There's a present. Click accept gifts.
I agree. Significance, I agree. Why the heck am I that important to them, right? If they hate me so much, I shouldn't take up that much of their time and their effort and their whole day and their whole lives. Can Christina Ferrari, can you please go to the top and click allow gifts from this channel, and you'll get a free membership. Oh my goodness. You have to pee. I don't. Please.
Who has to?
Oh, Rotocliffe. I can't stand that. The facilitator.
Facilitator. What is the rotocuff?
All I see is Rotocliffe on that, or Rotocuff. I just can't. I can't deal with that name.
Yeah, I see the same
Can a
thing.
sub get gifted a membership from gifted memberships they purchased? Can a sub get? Do you mean if you're not a member and you purchase memberships, can you be the recipient of one yourself? I don't think so. I don't think so. But Christina Ferrari, do you see the accept the membership? Can you please accept the gift so you can get a membership? You have to enable it.
Foxy in the Boxy was telling the facilitator that he should be a member.
Oh,
I
right.
think that's
I
why
know.
he's asking.
Yeah, you can. Can you accept one, the facilitator? Can you click the box and accept it? Probably if you came in under the facilitator, you could get one, right? You could if you came in under the other name. Christina Ferrari, click the present at the top and allow gifts. And then you might have to go in and go out and come back in.
How many do you think are left?
There's a few left. They're left. I can see them. There's still got a few. They're probably what happens is the people have to enable the gifts, which we can tell them tomorrow if they're still. But enable the gifts. Christina, do you hear me? Christina, can you hear me? Another way is first click on the join button, then click on the 3 dots on the top right hand corner, then click on gift settings, then click on allow. Oh, okay. MRB, how do you deal with all these strangers who blame you for everything? How do you deal with that every single day they wake up? How do I deal with that? It's not fun. I mean, as time goes on, but it's not fun. And the worst thing is when they attack your family members that don't ask, for that stuff. Even when they attack minor children, that's really hard, very hard. That's disgusting. Like when they've gone after like my future daughter-in-law and my son, and that stuff is disgusting. That is. Hey there, look at that now. Who did we get here now? Did we get Christina? Great, Ferrari got it. Happy Bunny got one, and Deb Sis.
Way to go.
Yay to the new members.
How many is this? It's a lot.
Yeah, there's still more.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it doesn't matter what I say. I could walk on water. It doesn't matter. When people want to hate you, facilitator, they're going to hate you. Doesn't matter what you do. You could go feed 10,000 hungry people and they'd say you forgot one. That's how it is. That's how it is with miserable people. You'll never, ever make them happy. You'll never, ever, because they live to just do that. Day in and day out, like you said, they live for it.
Someone was asking a new member how they get in, how they can participate in the Zoom. Does it cost anything?
No.
I think it was ME asking.
No, it doesn't cost anything, Emmy, to participate in the Zoom. Not at all. It's in the community tab, or you get an email. It did, Christina. You got your membership. You did. You got it. You know I'm special at all. You know I'm not special, but staying here because you don't want to be around over there when they are talking mean about minors' kids. Oh, you're special, Jeanette. Oh, I am very significant to them, I know. In a lot of ways, people say I should feel flattered, you know, that people would build channels just to talk about me, that they would talk about me for hours on end, on just constantly, you know, and maybe, you know, yes, okay, it could be flattering, but like I said, my kids, to do that to them, that's disgusting. And it's just that they've done a lot of things. They've done a lot of real nasty things, real nasty behind the scenes crap that they think that we can't, you know, we know.
No. Emmy's asking if they have to get the Zoom app.
I
Kevin says no, and Deborah says yes.
You may, yes. Sometimes they might, Kevin. They might have to do it on a certain, I think they do. If they want to call in with the link and not just the phone. Yeah, Zoom was on it, but it was probably already downloaded for you, Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I had to download mine on my iPad.
Carolyn, oh great, I went out 3 times. I'm happy. Yay. I've been with you since Watt's case. That's a long time. Love you, Carolyn. Love you, Christine. Problem with these people is they want a reaction. When you don't give them a reaction, ignore them. And then they try new tactics. Yeah, they just keep going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. And you can ignore them for 10 years and they'll still try to get your attention. Yeah. The root of the problem, facilitator, is that they hate themselves. It's exactly what it is. They hate themselves. They hate their lives. And they want to focus that on an object, on a person. That they can focus all of that and try to destroy that person in an attempt to make their lives look better. That's all it is. A lot of, just like how the certain aspects of someone's life, I'll speak generally, are attacked. So if they attack a person because of everything they say is wrong about them being a mother, what you tend to find out is that these people don't even have custody of their own children, or their children are grown and estranged from them, or their children are angry at them, they have horrible relationships with their children. That's what you find out. And so they all of that dissatisfaction about those relationships, they put into that. They take that and attacking someone, trying to make someone a worse mother than they are, is what makes them feel better. And if they can say every day that, oh, with all these perceived things that they think that aren't really real, oh, yes, that she's a terrible mother. This person is a terrible mother, Her kids would be better off without her. Her kids would be better off without her. Denial. It's denial of the real problem, of what's going on in their life. And it is sad. And it's with motherhood, it's with marriage, okay? The ones that want to be married, that aren't married, the ones that are married and miserable, they're the first ones that are ripping apart someone's marriage when they know nothing about it.
That's true.
When they know nothing about it. What they see and what they think they see, they don't know anything else. And they'll rip it apart. And it's because they're miserable with their own marriage.
Or they don't have
Or they don't
anybody.
have what they want, or whatever it is. It's just that it's about just being miserable with your life. And
It's too bad. It really is too bad. But
right, they pick at every single aspect of someone's
I'm
life.
done with trying to save the world. I just
If you pick somebody apart like that every single day, and they're completely, and the funny thing is, to someone that they are bonded with through hate at the time, which can change, that person can do an identical thing to what the person they're focused on does, and yet they'll say that was okay, but the person they're focused on does the same thing, and that's horrendous, and they're not even self-aware of that. That's the funny thing. It really is. Absolutely, Maggie. Let's focus on the positive. That's what we do here. Nobody wants to be in the hate. Nobody. That'll eat you up inside. It really will. It'll destroy you from the inside out. Life is way too short to sit there and hate every single day.
I don't hate anybody, anyone. Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. That's when if anyone says that about me, I don't consume myself with hate, because it only eats you up.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
not worth it.
Not at
worth
all.
much.
I'll pull
not
myself away. I
worth
won't
it.
have anything to do with a person like that. I'll pity them, really, because they are miserable. They are miserable people, and even pray for them. But I'm not going to sit there and waste my time hating someone like that.
But I'm also at the same time going to be very cautious. And
I'm not going to have anything to do with them. I'll
Right,
be
that's
happy.
perfect.
I'll be thanking God that
Yeah,
God
that's
took people out of my life that needed to be out of my life.
Yeah. There's a reason for everything and everyone.
That's right. A reason, a season, a lesson, right? Or a lifetime.
That's true.
And sometimes it can seem like you have a lot of lessons.
But
But
that's
just be
okay.
glad, they're gone. And
It makes you who you are. All of those lessons make you who you are.
that's right.
Being. And it's wonderful because you are who you are because of those lessons. So
And the good still outweighs the bad. It still does. The good
always.
outweighs the bad. And the good is always going to win. %. So anyway, I think we will end this here, and I'll announce all the new members tomorrow, because I think all the memberships will get out by then, and we'll announce them all. We thank you so much, the facilitator, Rotocliffe, for blessing us with those memberships. I am so incredibly grateful for them. You are a very kind and generous person to do that, and I appreciate it more than you know. So thank you, and thank you to the moderators. Thank you to all of you for being here and watching it with us, and being good people. Is mostly just be good people. Don't treat people like garbage. All right, and we'll see you guys later. Love you. God bless.
Good night, everyone.
The
Maybe we'll
numbers
see
are
some
there
new
if you wanna
members in
come
chat
in and,
in Zoom.
Yeah.
You know how to get a hold of me if you need anything, facilitator, all right? All right, take care, everybody. God bless. Love you guys. How do I have to end that? And that.